Look awesome.
The name. That's sick. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll start it while he's doing that. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is week 19 of the podcast. We just got back from New York Comic Con as well as the New York Meetup. As you can see, joined here by 5 lovely influencers who are also there, both for New York Comic Con and for the New York Meetup. I'm sure most of you guys know the people here, but if you guys would like to introduce yourself, Firas, go ahead first.
Start from the bottom and go. I already forgot.
All right, guys. Firas is G3 RTA player. Okay, Surin, go ahead.
Dude, I forgot how to introduce myself. What am I?
Well, then Surin will give you an example. She's good.
I stream. My name is Firas. What do you want? Sometimes Fire Ass. I use Nix. I pull.
We live in the same city, but he plays on the wrong server.
Yeah, and I play on Europe server. Siege sucks. Everything else is fine. That's it. Next person.
Hi, Jugg.
Hello, my name is Jugg. Juggernaut. I play RTA. I stream Summoners War. And thanks for having me.
All right, LC, go ahead.
Hi, I'm LC. I am forever Conk, and I'm trying to keep Cleve alive.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep alive.
Telling you, Gemini Jara.
Gemini Jara, it's the new meta.
I'm telling you.
All right, Surin, go ahead.
I am Surin. I am a summoning addict and a merch hoarder now, I guess, is my new updated title.
And new Charlotte user.
New Charlotte user.
Charlotte. CP, freaking Chung Hong, please, God.
Oh,
Everybody else has him. Everyone
All right, Stoke,
else
would you
has
like
him.
to introduce
I
yourself?
will
I know this is
feed
your
my
channel,
Chung
but
Punk to prove a point.
Yeah.
do it. Feed your
No.
Chung Pong. You won't be. I want to see you
Hello,
not be
Ricky.
G3 anymore.
Only
Ricky
if
already
it's
did it. I don't
guaranteed to
need
come
to.
to me.
I'm like, we don't need any more Rickies.
IR Stoic. I own this channel, also known as the Woodsmith, because woodsmithing is actually a thing. You don't really need to know any more about
You're
that.
my favorite
Hey, guys.
woodsmither.
All right, you guys all know me. OnceInLuv, SWC commentator with my boy. I guess technically he's over there. No, that way. He's
there
that
we go.
way. He's over that way. But yes, we just got back from New York. Things are good. Things are fun. I still don't have an LDNAT 5 after all of this. Elsie summoned a Jara the other day. Firas summoned a Leavely Kappa the other day. And you know, it just be like that. It just be like that. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm glad to have you guys here. I miss you guys.
Same.
That's
You
it.
too.
I just
I
want
miss
to
being
Seriously.
around you guys.
So
I miss
short.
waking up. I miss waking up after 2 hours of sleep and being like, "Hey, sir, you want to go get coffee?"
Yes. I want more karaoke in my life. I've learned this.
Oh my god, you can still hear it in my voice. Like it's not fully recovered yet. We're getting there, but
Yeah, people are still
it'll
recovering.
take some time. Speaking of that, if you are watching the YouTube video or you haven't had a chance to see it yet, the YouTube video for it's kind of like a mini New York vlog. There's not like too much actual vlogging involved. Kind of just like pans of things that happened at the convention and the meetup. That should be live this weekend. Just waiting for my video editor to do the final touches on it, so you can check it out there. All right, I have a question.
Go. Shoot.
And anyone can go in whatever order they want. What was the one thing you missed the most about New York? Like the whole meetup experience and everything.
I mean, I can start because I missed this so much. So this is also a really cool thing. I think a cool way to look at it as well. You spend so much time on Twitch, like watching everybody, and like, yeah, I've met Tyler before. I met Surin out in Florida, but like to meet LC33, Juggernaut in person, I didn't like to meet Firas. Like I didn't think I'd ever, because he's from Canada, and like I'm not sure if he'd ever like come out to events. So for Comtos to invite Firas out there, it's well, I don't know what's the best word to describe it, but it is just so cool to finally like meet these people, and to be able to do that is great, and it brings me back to like our previous events, like first time meeting Childish, first time meeting other like content creators at events and everything like that. And that just has that like exciting feeling, like the hairs on your arm start to raise. It's like, I can't believe another event's coming up and I get to meet not only new people, but the people you get to see once a year. That is what I miss the most, because I loved every bit of that.
Agree with
Yeah,
everything Stoic said.
Everything.
Pretty much the same.
I was gonna piggyback off it in that, like, sometimes when you, especially being a streamer who kind of only started streaming a lot like this after the pandemic, I went to some of the meetups but I didn't really know anybody. J-Mac will tell you I didn't even introduce myself at the first meetup because I was too embarrassed and like shy to be like, I'm someone ? I don't know.
Didn't you win a
for me,
Super Angelmon at your first
I
meetup
did.
too?
Yeah, but like I felt like I was just like participating. I wasn't like in the community really yet. But like for me, the fun thing is that since I didn't get to meet so many people in 2019 and then 2020 happened, you kind of have this idea when you're streaming the same way that everybody else does when you're watching a stream, which is like, this is a person, this is an entity, and it's not really like a person, right? You don't really have that like humanized version of them. You have this like kind of augmented version, and getting able to hang out with people and get to actually know them, get a drink, get some Korean barbecue and barbecue and barbecue and barbecue and barbecue with them and hang out. That's like, it hits totally a different level, and I absolutely love that more than anything.
You know, nothing connects you more as a friend with someone than holding their hair back when they puke.
Thanks, Kyle. I really appreciate that.
You know, for you, LC, anytime, brother, anytime. But, no, for real. I think so. So you guys are talking about like the first chance to meet you guys. So I always cherish it, right? I love to travel. I love events. I love even just like if I'm in a city or something, just like pop in and be like, hey, you know, I'm in Texas now. I'll drive down or take a bus down. Like, let's go for dinner or something. Like, you know, that's something that I've always appreciated. For me, the biggest thing that I missed the most and I felt was the most important to me was actually being able to spend time with the Com2S staff again. Because I've been working with them for years. I've been working with them since 2016. I have a really long standing relationship with everyone that works there. And I remember when most of them got hired as well. So like being able to see Evan and Gigi and Gary or Com2S dude in person again after so long, and to be able to meet the new people, you know, the new VP, for example, Lily, to meet the people from HQ and stuff like that, to be able to create those relationships. It's just something that I feel like it's very hard to get because, you know, between content creators, like we can hang out on streams, we can hang out on Discord calls, we can hang out off stream, like we can do all this stuff, we can create content together, we can collaborate. But that's not something that's super easy to do with the staff. Like maybe with Evan, just because like we do occasionally do the, you know, the Com2S streams, but it's just very different. And that's the thing for me. Like, that's why I brought the Magic cards, for example, right? Because I know they love that. Like, I'm not super into Magic, but I knew that would be like kind of like a fun bonding experience. And then to find out that you and Hiroshi are super into Magic was just like, is perfect.
Yeah, that was honestly the best part of the entire event. It was obviously meeting everybody, you guys, for the whole time. It was the first time I met Surin and Jugg at the Com2S office, but I'd only watched Stoic and interacted with you a couple of times. Virus, we've talked a few times. Tyler, we've talked a bunch. But just really just getting to hang out like post-event and just chill and just kind of enjoy each other's energy and really get to know each other over whatever the hell is happening. That was the best part to me.
You know, I agree with everybody. Pretty much just like there's a lot of people that I was looking forward to meeting, like Stoic and Childish. I was talking to Childish like probably like I want to say a week before, and I was just saying how like, you know, since like he's like one of the main people that pushed me to start streaming and to get into doing what I do today. So it was pretty dope to meet a lot of people that not only that share the Summons War space as far as streamers, but also people from like chats, you know. Like I've never met Nelly, and like that was my first time meeting Nelly. There's a lot of people that I'm just putting names to faces, like Merc or Ryder in the chat right now. Like there's so much stuff, and somebody left, and it was Surin.
We lost Surin.
We lost Surin. We lost Surin.
We got a Surin down. It's just like day one. What's day one all over again?
It's just like Surin. Oh man.
I don't have a way of fixing that right now.
we just have to wait.
Yep.
It literally is day one all over again.
You know, we can be cut into little bits. That's okay.
That's what you cut me in half.
Tyler, you and I are half of the same person.
Yeah, we're half of the same person, but your arm's over there somewhere.
I feel like this isn't fair. I should just like cut myself down real quick and just be like, I'm with. Oh no!
I'm not even in here at all.
Just so we're all.
Fidos is just missing. Fidos doesn't even get a panel. He's just gone.
I bet I'm under Stoic.
Yeah, being able to hang out with everyone again was really nice, and all the fun stuff, all the good times. It's
absolutely.
I guess the normalcy of it, like being able to go places and like feel like life is kind of normal again, was really cool.
That was really cool.
I've been at home for so long.
Yeah.
You know, like J-Max, like I travel every couple of weeks or like every week. I'm sitting here like I flew back from South Carolina and I have not left my house more than 3 times since then, except to go to the post office.
Yeah.
How long have you been? You've been back for what? Almost 6 months now.
I've been back for almost 10 months. I got back December 9th.
Oh my god, it's been
December
that long.
5th.
That's
December 5th,
crazy.
yeah. It's been a long time.
2021's almost
Long
oh
time.
my god.
I've been home for a long time. Yeah, it's been crazy. Like we're already reaching the point where I'm gonna dye my hair in a couple weeks again.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it feels like I just had my hair dyed purple, right? Like crazy. Now the best part of the entire meetup and the entire trip was listening to how salty and how sassy Stoic was commentating the JMac
Oh my
versus
god.
Juggernaut game. It was the greatest moment of my life. I have never listened to this man roast somebody so hard.
The funny part is he felt so guilty.
I did.
He
I
felt
was like, I need to
so
take more
guilty.
pictures with him so people know that I'm not mad at him or I dislike him at all.
Like I'm sitting there just cracking up the whole entire time, and I'm just like, man, that first match we had really got under his skin.
It's funny because JMac probably got more unlucky. Like realistically, I think JMac got more.
Oh, he
unlucky.
did. Especially
After the quad stunt two
quad
games
stunt.
in a row.
The quad stunt.
I was just like, oh, and
It was
JMac
bad.
was just chilling. He's just like, meh. game.
Whatever.
He's like, it's the
yeah,
game.
handshake, GG's. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
when you get to a certain point with summons where it's like, it happens, GG. Like, you just call it from there.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It was pretty wild.
It's also a lot easier to say that in person rather
Yeah.
than if you're just at home, you're just like you just start raging and
Oh,
it's just one vile proc away.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But then if you have to look at them in the eye and go like, okay, well they're still a person.
At the end
too,
of the
but
day,
it's
you
not
get
like-
to go lick my nuts. Saying that in person's a little funnier.
This LD pack is mine. Just walk away.
True. Now it would have been really salt inducing if you got it right then and there and summoned an LD Nat 5.
Oh,
That
that
would've
would
been
have been.
salt-inducing.
Oh man. Okay. It would have been something for me because
That would have been his Jara. You would have summoned
Oh,
his
you would
Jara.
have taken the Jara.
I don't want the
Don't like
Jara.
the reset too.
I don't
Oh
want-
no, my Jara. Oh
No.
no.
The
Summon a
humanity.
second Croc
No,
instead.
no,
I almost
no.
didn't roast Jugg because we were doing it from on top of the stage before because we had the game on the big screen, and then they had trouble getting the game up to stay on the big screen, so we ended up stepping down and standing over them. You're like, you know what? Let's just sit next to them. And part of me was like, maybe I
Right.
should stop roasting them. And I was like, I'm still not over how salty I am. So
You're
I am
literally sitting right next to
inches,
me.
You guys were
inches away
inches
from
away
him.
the entire-
Just
it's
roasting
basically,
him.
We did like a radio cast where
Could've thrown
I was
this man.
sitting beside JMac casting and Stoic was sitting beside Jugg, and they were looking at each other across on their phones, and then Stoic and I were looking at each other, and I was like, Stoic, stop being a salty twat. And he's just like, yeah, but maybe Jugg should stop fucking people with RNG. I was like,
Wow.
this is,
Maybe he
he's-
stopped picking Chuck's tongue. Oh my
There
god.
were so many times where I couldn't say anything. I just started laughing because it was too funny.
It was way too funny. I wasn't even mad. It was just.
I wish I recorded it though. I didn't have it for
Ugh.
recording. I was casting it, so
I like it
That
when
would've been-
JMac
that would
broke.
have been good.
When JMac is like in mid match and he breaks, like
Yeah.
I get him to lose concentration.
Oh man, it was. Good
I'm having
times,
so
good
much
times.
fun right now because I'm essentially hearing this for the first time because I was so out of it after being on the stage for like
2 hours of
Oh
Jeopardy.
yeah,
yeah.
Jeopardy. Yeah.
I was so
Yeah.
done after that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
man,
just
yeah.
call me up for Jeopardy, and then you're like, and I was like, oh my god, we lost him. He's dead. Somebody killed Larry. He's dead.
They
Bring
asked
it
me if
back.
they wanted somebody else to jump up, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. It was like 5 minutes later. I'm like, that's a mistake.
I'm not fine.
You're like, I'm
"No,
not
I'm
fine.
definitely not
That's like when
fine.
someone says, "Do you want to keep playing RTA?" You're like, "Yeah, fine." And then you're like,
Next match.
I'm not
I
fine.
I have
Nothing
made a
about
grave
this is fine."
mistake.
Yeah, if you guys want to bring up any topics or anything, like it's kind of just a free flowing podcast, just to chat about stuff, catch up a little bit.
Okay, one thing I'd like to bring up is just how much like thicker and cooler, like in general, the whole Comtost booth was at Comic-Con this year. Like, I didn't
Compared to
get
2
any.
years ago?
Compared
Well,
to
'cause I
everyone
didn't-
else.
Yeah, compared to everything else on the floor. Like, everybody kept coming up to us, at least to me, and saying, you know, you're one of the only people with an interactive booth. It's one of the nicest looking booths on the whole floor. Like, Comtost really, like, obviously I didn't get to go to them before, back in 2019, but it's just, it had such scale to it, and it just felt so much cooler. Like, I don't know, like, they put so much effort into that, and I think it's something that, you know, not having gone to one before, I had no idea how much, like I don't know, space and effort and all of the above that it took.
I want to speak on that because I think that's so important for Summoners War and Comtuous as well. Like when you go to a convention like that, it's the New York Comic Con, like that's big. And for Summoners War to have such a large impact with a booth, like people won't even realize, like, crap, this is a 7-year-old mobile game. Like, what the hell are they doing here? You know what I mean? And you know what? They're making a statement. And I even went as far to say is that 32-inch figurine for Rakan, like, so them building that, and I think this is a little surprising that they're doing that. There is collectors that do these. There's a lot of anime figurines. They're like massive figurines for Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, all sorts of these. And there's a market out there for this. And the fact that Comtuous is jumping into that market with, you know, the Rakan figurine is very interesting. But it's a funny way of like trying their best to stay relevant, dipping their hands into different things like that, you know? So I appreciate that from Comtuous, and I think that's very important that they do this. Yeah,
the price point better than any quarter size figure ever like created.
Yeah,
the cheapest quarter size of that quality is like 1.1, 1.2K.
Yeah.
People are coming up to me and saying, we don't even, like, there's not even a Hulk figure this nice. Like, that it was so, I would go up to people and say, do you have any idea, you know, are you familiar with Summoners War? They say no, but that's that figure, though. That's insane. With the LEDs, with the detailing on it. And we were telling people, you know, we think, you know, it was still, you know, a work in progress. People would say, what are they going to fix? What more could you do to make that look even better? And people are just obsessed with it. And they had no idea what the game was. So it's great.
I think from being at the booth all days, there was countless people that I talked to that knew nothing about Summoners War and were absolutely impressed that 1, this game is 7 years old and it still looks really good. 2, the figures look really good. And the Rakan figure was a big example of that. Like you said, like everybody was complimenting the statue, like, oh, this is like really good. Like the detail, everything about it is super dope. But I think like it's crazy how like even the plushie, like the plushie sold out within 2 days because everybody just loved how cute it was. Like it was just as simple as that. Like they could have just sold plushies all 4 days and they would have made bank off of that. Like
100%.
It's so crazy. So like it's crazy like how like we can't even it's crazy how like it's like this is not even exaggerated. Like people were super impressed about everything regarding this game. They're like, this is a mobile game. This game's been around for 7 years. Oh my god, this stuff is crazy. This is so good. Like it blew people's minds that, you know, this was, you know, this is how long it's been around. So like I will say like Summoners War made a really big splash at New York Comic Con, and if they keep on doing this, this game could definitely continue to grow for 7 more years if they keep playing their cards right, for sure.
This was definitely like a good decision. So like if you guys are familiar with New York Comic Con, for those who have been there before who know of the history of it fairly well, New York Comic Con hosts a lot of big names. They host Marvel, DC, Funimation, usually a couple really large mobile games like Dragon Ball Z was there, so all the Dragon Ball Z mobile games, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, as well as Bandai Namco usually has a huge booth. You know, Whatnot had a huge booth this year. eBay had a huge booth. Summoners War making the decision to go on a year where names like Marvel and Capcom pulled out is a risk, right? Because a lot of people go for those things and they go for the panels that come with those. So it's a risk because not everyone will go, but it's also really important because they made such a heavy impact in a year where other people decided to back out. They said, no, we're going to go all out. We're going to give people a good experience. We're going to give people something interactive. We're going to show people why our game is still around and why it's fun to play. And honestly, I think they do a great job. Even without having any of us there, I think they still would have been fairly successful. I think it would have been a lot harder because we know the game better than anybody. You know, I'm going to give a shout out to Hiroshin because he's not currently here. He's in New York with his wife.
He's in Atlanta now, actually. He's on
his way home from New York. We should have waited one more day for him. But, you know, working with Hiroshin was one of the most honoring experiences I had. The two of us have this energy in the same way that Stoic and I do when it comes to casting SWC, where when people want to learn about the game or talk about the game or ask questions, like the two of us draw them into the game. You have no idea how many people I drew into downloading Lost Centuria right then and there in line. Like more people, I think, downloaded Lost Centuria and continued to play it. Like they came back the next day or like, you know, throughout the week to be like, hey, I just got an Artemil and lost Centuria, or like I just started playing Sky Arena. I summoned a Rika yesterday. I summoned a Helena this morning. Like all of these things has been like, wow, this is really cool. And it makes a lot of sense too, because when you look at the demographic of a Comic-Con, you're more enticed to play a game that is easier to jump into, like Lost Centuria, than a game like Sky Arena, where you actually kind of want to be a little more on the hardcore side, right? So it's really cool that they had both, and I think that the balance of that was really important because it brings in all the different demographics, right? It brings in the people who love really hardcore games, and it also brings in the people who like really like more or less casual games where you can just jump in, right? Those graphics are more updated. They're honestly way more in line with the things you'll see at a Comic-Con, right? Marvel, DC, Funimation, like all those art styles follow like Lost Centuria way more than it does Sky Arena, right?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
then we have all the merch for Sky Arena, which is gorgeous. Everyone's buying out the merch. You know, early on, I bought out like 10 of the Angelmon and Devilmon keyrings so I could give them to all of us to wear because we had our shirts. But like, we just wanted to push people to be like, hey, you know, this is what the merch looks like. This is what it feels like. You can, you know, like feel how soft this Devilmon plushie is and stuff. So I think that this year was a great success for what we have and working with Com2uS. And I really look forward to the next one because I think that we can do an absolutely incredible job.
No, I agree. I 1000% agree. Like it was just, like people probably think we're exaggerating, but I don't think people understand how successful New York Comic Con was as far as just everything that happened. It was great. Like there was no, everybody was happy. People came back literally all 4 days to try to get the big old Angelmon plushie. The people came back like you said.
I ended up getting that.
I definitely didn't get one. Just saying, but like it was a lot of it was great. No, there's a lot of people that came back and said, hey, I downloaded the game yesterday. Like you said, oh, I saw my first stat 5. It's Helena, and I'm trying to level this up, and they're like super into it because like it just drawing them in, and we're just trying to help them out and have a conversation or people talk about RTA or I remember when 2v2 was shut off on the screen, people were like, wow, this looks great. Like, I could play with a friend or people that came up and they played by themselves and like just like talking about the game got their friend to play. So it's like it was a lot of success. It was really, really great.
There were people who said that they came to the Comic-Con to meet us. Like
there
were people who literally came to the Comic-Con to meet myself, Surin, J-Mac, else. Like everybody had at least 5 or 6 people who were like, I wasn't planning on coming here until I saw that you guys were here.
Yeah.
And then they came, and it's like, that is just so honoring to us as creators, like to know that you guys like would go out of your way to come spend some time with us in this sense is like, makes us feel like human beings. So
exactly.
For me, I really appreciate that. And I'm sure I speak on everyone's behalf when I say that.
One thing I was really surprised by too is how many people were actually familiar, at least with Summoners War. Like even a lot of people were returning, or they, you know, we were telling them about it. But a lot of people had heard of the game, and I know it's 7 years old. But I don't know about you guys. I've been playing Summoners War for 6.5 years, and I'm always out with my phone out, and I've met like a handful of people, but like a lot of people in the Comic-Con circle had heard of Summoners War, had seen the ads before, or had tried it before, and I don't know, that was kind of like the first time I'd ever experienced that either, was people who just were familiar with the concept of Summoners War. So I thought that was really neat too, just having a lot of people that were interested previously and then maybe would come back because of all the new stuff that we have. So that was nice because maybe those people have seen your ads, but this makes it more personal, you know, talking about it, having people kind of actually be excited about it rather than, you know, oh, I played that thing like 3 years ago, like, you know, maybe I'd get back into it. But if a whole group of people are really excited about it, you know, it definitely hits you like, oh yeah, maybe I should try it again. So
I have a picture of Boo Boo's con experience if you guys want to see.
I would love to see it.
Is it the one?
It's a perfect description of Boo Boo's con experience.
Sounds about right.
Wait, I got one.
I swear, every time I turn around, it's like Boo Boo with like a different set of bags. I'm like, can you please go away?
I'll tell you right now, Boo Boo may look like a small guy. He may look like a small guy, but that man can fucking carry some shit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Man, boy, back and forth carrying merch.
The legendary grocery bag holder. He knows. He grew up knowing. He's like, all right, I need to fit everything in one trip. One trip, one set of staircase. There's no going back.
No, that
no
was
going back to the
5
car.
trips. That was 5 trips.
There's so many trips.
He's trained all his life for this one moment.
Yeah, he's a legend, an actual legend, in his regard.
Absolutely.
I want to say, as somebody who didn't really know about the community until I started streaming about 2 years ago, like I had 6 months pre-COVID of like getting to know the community and getting to know the people in it, and I met like one person who played Summoners War IRL, like once, and it was a random coincidence at a con, and then getting to know all you guys over the past year and a half and everybody in the community, and really just getting to see everybody and like have a little bit of normalcy. It was like almost back to normal, and it was even heightened for me because that was my first experience doing that as well, and so that was really, really cool, as that being my first experience of like really being a part of the community.
Just some good times.
Great times.
That's what I hope there are more meetups. I really do.
Just no more Monday nights. I'm not Monday nighting ever.
don't challenge. Don't let Joyce pour drinks for you.
Right?
She looks like such a sweet angel, and she just keeps pouring and pouring.
The problem is you were like, I'll just drink with you, and I should have told you. I should have been like, look, sir, and
we gotta
slow down. We need to slow down.
I forgot who I was looking at. I forgot who I was with, but I looked at her and I was like, she's very red. Somebody should stop her.
It was a good time, though. It was a good time. Dude, Finos was having a good time, too. He's silent over there, but he was having a good time at KEKW. I remember seeing that. This man was just going ham. He was having the time of his life.
Sober one day, I was having a great time.
Yeah, him and Childish were just having the time of their life.
They really, especially Childish.
Yeah, Childish party foul. He was going so ham.
Oh, yeah.
But they were doing push-ups on the floor of the restaurant.
Yeah, I literally have that video.
I joined it.
I literally have that video.
You don't think about those at the time.
Yeah,
you just
do. And you don't think about anything.
Wash your hands, you'll be fine.
I had to step away from Zadoris. That's when I went outside. I love Zadoris, but the guy kept pouring me drinks, and I was like, I need to go.
That's fate.
I was like, I want to enjoy the rest of this week.
I think Zadoris might be my favorite person to party with outside of Jeff. I think it's Jeff and Zadoris are like pretty crazy. Pretty good. Like Jeff keeps up with me and doesn't sleep. So like it's wild. But Zadoris, that man goes hard.
You guys were in
Oh my god.
Hey. Wait, did you get Stoic?
Yeah, the best part is Stoic because he comes in right after with the one-handed push-ups. He just literally comes out of nowhere.
You got in deep with those too.
I only did like 2.
You did more than 2.
More than me.
Wait, okay.
3.
Oh, whoa! I did 5. I remember 2. I remember getting up and I was like, I'm done. I only did like 2.
The blonde hair is giving him confidence, guys.
He literally came out of nowhere. He's just like, I'm not gonna get up in there by those guys.
I need to request everyone needs to like take all the pictures they have and just send me all of them so I can make a cool collage for the year. But yeah, so you said something that I thought was really cool, Elsie. You said something that I thought was really, really cool. You said, I didn't really have a chance to like get to know the community. I didn't have a chance to meet people in real life. And I think that kind of aspect, like you've seen the game, like people have seen the game for years and years and years, right? Big streamers have been sponsored to do it. Big YouTubers have been sponsored to do it. People have seen the game. Like people have seen Raid Shadow Legends. People have seen Genshin Impact. People have seen Epic 7. People have seen Summoners War. These are games that everybody's heard of because they're very, very well advertised, right? But going to a convention and seeing that game that's advertised and then having people like us, people who have been here for 6 years, 4 years, 2 years, people who have been in the World Championships, right? Being able to interact with people who actually play the game every day, people who actually talk about the game every day, people who teach the game, people like us, realistically, the opportunity to like interact with people who love the game is very different. And it's what draws you to play it. Right? People don't come to the booth and install the game because we say, hey, there's $30 in free codes. People come to the booth, they see the free stuff, and then they talk to us and they're like, wow, these guys really love the game. Maybe I should try it. Like they're very passionate about it. And it's like, they're not really selling me anything. They're just like, hey, if you want help in the game and you like the game, come talk to us and we can help you. Like there's just something different about that will never change. I got the opportunity to do that 2 years ago when I worked with Epic 7 with Smilegate in their booth. Now I get the opportunity to do it with Summoners War, right? It's just, it's something different that I don't think you'll ever feel in any other industry except for this one.
You know, I was surprised about was that how many people, when I'd say, oh yeah, I played this game for 6.5 years, they were just like blindsided by that. I think that they all thought that we were like hired staff. And I was like, no, all of us are like, we have been playing this game for years and years and years. And I didn't realize that people wouldn't realize that we were like in it, you know, until I started realizing that they were all like, what? 6 years? Like, what?
I propose an idea.
It is an unusual.
If we do another con together, I want us to all get custom-made T-shirts with at least our Twitch names on it or something.
I'm down.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Hero had the right idea.
So here are the business cards with the QR codes, but I think I'd rather have like QRs on our sleeves that just have a link tree to all of our streams, right? And then like a little blurb about us. It would just be cool because I feel like it's exactly like you said, right? Everyone just thought we were staff, and it's like, no, I don't work for Comtuous. They're like, so how long have you been working for the company? I'm like, I don't even work for the company. They're like, so why are you here? It's like I've streamed this game every single day for 2 years, and I've been streaming this game for 6 years.
Yep.
They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. We got back at 4:30 a.m. last night, and then I got home and streamed, and then I woke up at 7:30 for the con. They're like, you did what? I'm like, yes, I love this game. Okay, I love the game.
No,
as much as I hate the game, I love the game.
Yeah, I think this like that. It's like people just thought we were just staff. Even the staff thought we were staff, and we're just like, no, we're not. We play the game. Like we're people that legit like we eat, sleep, go around the community, talk about this game almost every single day. So it's just like a lot of people were very, very shocked. And there's some people that are like, oh, it's like whose account is like, oh, this is my account. And they're like, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of units. I'm like, yeah, like, you know, this is actually my account. I actually played this game. Like every single 6-star unit room, all that stuff. I put the time into this account. This is mine. And it's like so many people that are just like oh wow, like it shows that, man, this guy really plays this game. Like, and like we're not just like people. We're not trying to sell you anything at all. Like we're just saying, hey man, if anything, like join this great community. Like I said it probably the most to everybody. It's like, yo, if there's anything I'll take away from this game is that it has a great community. And even if you are a hardcore player, you could be a super just like very casual player. You're gonna meet somebody that you're gonna click with, and you guys are gonna be friends, and you can talk a lot about the game. And there's so many people that can help you when it comes to Summoners War. So it's just it was great. It was a great experience, just talking to people and just like showing your passion and love for the game, because it basically, people see that. They see it as like, oh, he's not trying to sell me. He's just talking from experience, like why he likes the game. So there's obviously something about this game that's really good. Maybe I should check it out. So yeah, no, I agree with everything that Tyler just said. It's like it was just basically just like they felt the energy of like a person that really plays this game and enjoys it.
I remember it was probably like an SWC ad or something like that, where it was like a dude waking up to his day and playing Summoners War and like farming giants, and then him hanging out with friends, and they're all in a park and they're all playing and farming giants, and me like during the middle of COVID thinking like this isn't real. This isn't how people act. And then like hanging out with you guys all week, I'm like, oh, this kind of is how people act.
Like, every time we're at dinner, I'm like, I'm re-upping words. I'm like, so Jeff, what do you think of this rune? He's like,
yeah,
fucking good.
That's just funny how like every dinner was everybody with their phones out playing Summoners War, and either me doing Gary summons, or people doing Special League, or people do just farming, me doing LC's Dimensional Predator.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like it's
when we're sitting there and LC's helping Evan with his RTA comps and stuff. Like
that was really fun.
There's like just 2 moments in my life. People think I'm joking when I say this. On my day of my wedding, I was farming. On the day of my child's birth, I was farming. That's the extent of like how, not just me, but a lot of people are like every single day we're farming, we're fucking playing the game. Even at the meetup, if I go out for dinner, if we go out, sometimes I'll meet up with Jeff. He comes to Calgary. He has his fucking tablet this big, got his own internet connection, and he's just farming all the time on it too. Like it's just how it is. And it's not an exaggeration. And like what the example LC brought on that video, you are farming 24/7. Most, well, depends how into
it's just how we are as people. Like it just becomes normal. Like
Summoners War's life.
Everyone around us just becomes normalized to it as well. Like if you
Mhm.
farm like at dinner or at lunch, like no one cares. Like everyone's used to you doing that. Like because I stream, I've streamed for a living for so long. Like everybody I know has gotten used to me. Like if I check my phone during dinner or I check my phone like while we're waiting for something, like everyone just knows it's like it's probably work, so it's probably important. So like no one ever is like, why are you on your phone, or like are you being rude? It's like if you want my attention, just tell me and I will give you my attention. That's just, you know, if you're not, then I'll be checking what's important to me at that time.
My mother did not agree with that concept, so I had to download a blackout app that blacks out your screen and you double tap to turn it back on. Because my mom, no matter how many years it was, she's like, you're paying for your own dinner if you're not making eye contact with me the whole time. And I'm like, okay.
And then they added power saving notice.
Yeah.
And now I'm safe.
They
Now I'm
saved you.
safe.
They saved you.
You guys want to talk about the fusion
Yee.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Predictions.
predictions?
Which
I
one's gonna
forget.
be OP?
No,
They're all
Uh,
gonna be. Do we think? Do we think they're all gonna be 5 stars?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah.
think 5 stars.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. You don't think any of them will be 4 stars?
No.
There's no fusion that's not all
That's
5
never-
stars, right?
No, not that
Yeah,
I'm
because
aware of.
that's not the. Yeah. I would assume they follow the same pattern.
There's no fusion that's not all 5 stars. There are some that are 4-star fusions that have 5-star counterparts.
Yeah, Vertiheal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the big like
Mhm.
there's no Lightning Emperor 4-star.
Harmonia.
There's
Right.
nothing
Mhm.
like that.
All the 5-star fusions are generally all 5-star families. It's possible though.
So I don't know if you guys had this pointed out to you or not, or figured it out, but apparently the new fusion is going to be wind, even though
Yeah, because there's 2 wind units.
Yeah, there's 2 wind
Mhm.
units, even though it's a water like promo art. I know everyone's saying that.
I got the art
Yeah,
up
I just-
for people to see it.
I just assumed it was going to be wind because I saw the 2 wind. Actually, so the reason the promo art is not from the teaser video though, because in
No,
the teaser
yes.
video it's a silhouette, which is why we know it's wind because it's the 2 wind units.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think the light one's going to be OP.
Yeah.
I'm calling
Say
dark
no.
one.
The light one and the fire one. That's my guess.
Fire.
Fire
I say
one.
fire.
Nah. Wind one's gonna be OP. Actually, I'll change my guess.
I agree.
What the
I-
f- the
when
fusion's
one
gonna
Wind
be
happens,
OP?
always needs work.
I think the fusion's gonna be OP. We're going back
You
to
know what,
John
Jugg?
meta.
I'm with you. I'm
We're
with
going
you.
back to John meta.
No.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
I
that's
think
a
the
non
wind one-
counter.
I think it's the
the wind one's gonna have the
fire,
best kit.
personally.
The wind one's gonna have the best kit, but no one's gonna use it because of Verd and because you would still probably prefer Chun Charlotte over it. That's how
Because of
it's gonna be.
Verd.
You fucking quote.
What if it's like a Sierra unit where it doesn't have elements?
People still take Verd into Sierra. There's no difference. Just hope that you revenge on
Right.
the S3.
Take Verta to everything.
That's right.
Yep.
Same with Diana.
Well, I think these are also going to be passive heavy units. I think if not all 5 of them have passives, just because of, I can't help but think of a Totemist. That means each totem having some sort of power. So I'm expecting to see passives, unless you're playing skills and these skills become some sort of passives. If they try to go the route of trying to do something unique, like them introducing Kama or them introducing orbs, they might be introducing something new. But I do believe all 5 of these units are going to be passive units, is how I would feel, just based off of shamans being used in other games.
I just pulled Odin. Shit.
I hate you.
Hey!
How do you-
I hate you so much.
Casually
That's actually-
summoning doing this. Like what?
Wait,
He summons scrolls
is it
whenever he
time
gets
gate
them.
open? Is it
I
time
don't
gate?
wait. No.
He doesn't save scrolls.
Dude,
I
I've been
hate
wanting
you.
Odin. Shit. Give me another one.
What I want in the game is I want a support unit or an HP type unit that has a skill 4. That's what I want.
That'd be nice.
Dang.
Ooh.
Then I can actually use my quadral skill 4 artifacts on HP and support.
What I want to see is something like the the String Masters, where they have the songs, so they could summon different totems, something like that, for a turn
That's-
or two.
That would be
That's-
sick.
Yeah, that's what I would like. What I would want, because I just want different mechanics of the game. I want them like when like the match starts. Like let's say you have like whatever it is, like you activate their ability and it changes this like the surrounding area, or like like say summoning totems or whatever, and like things are buffed, or there's certain conditions that happen like when they summon their totems or something like that. So it's like when they summon their totems, like all water monsters get like a 20% buff or whatever. Like I just want them to do something ideally different than like a lot of units do in the game. I just want
I
them
think
to
it'd
do
be really cool if they gain like a mask. So like there's like a pig totem. So like what if she gets a pig mask that takes on the effects of whatever that
Wait, stop.
That
I like when
effect-
she's cute though.
she's super cute.
I don't want her.
Pig's
I don't want her to
cute.
be a pig. I want her to be cute.
But the little pig has this little paws and little tongue out. It's super
Actually, that's a
cute
lie. I
too.
don't want her to be cute because I don't want to summon for her.
Oh.
I don't want the pain of having to summon for it.
I
All right, hear me come
will
to us.
take
Make
that.
them ugly, please. Save
I
me
mean,
now.
you're gonna get at least one guaranteed.
Nah, they're already cute.
Make them all trash.
They're
for me.
definitely
Save
already
me.
cute.
They're already
How
cute. Doesn't matter.
many skill ups do you think the fusion will need?
11.
13.
11.
13.
Ooh, if they got a passive, I'm
Oh,
going
if they
8.
get a passive, yeah, that's true.
Oh, actually 9. 9.
If they have a
9.
passive, I'm
And-
still saying 13. I think
I'm
there's
going
gonna be
9.
4 skill ups in the passive.
Who
It's
is
gonna
it
be
that's
4-5-4. That's my guess.
What's up, Fires?
There's a unit that's actually like that. They have passive, but they still take like 12, 13 skill ups. Who is it?
Yeah,
Samath
Belager.
and Perna.
Odin.
Yeah.
Belager.
Yeah. Yep.
Odin. Yeah, Odin
No,
too.
but
Ironically,
without
Odin.
their passive needing skill ups is what I mean.
Yeah,
Without their
Belager, it's
passive
like
being a
8
Belager.
and +1.
Belager's like 8 and 3.
Mhm.
So it's
yeah,
like 11.
yeah, he's one of those ridiculous ones. I think there's another one that's not crossing my mind right now.
Yeah, Feng Yan's another one too.
No, you want
Mm.
Feng Yin passive so bad.
Mhm.
Yep.
You don't do any damage without it.
It's weird that some mons have passive skill ups and others are just like, here's the passive.
Mhm.
I'll fight you, Dennis. I don't know what you disagree with, but I'll fight you.
I feel like we're gonna be able to place totems, our own totems under our own units as like a support. I guess it would look like a buff, and it could act as possibly like substitute.
Ooh.
That'd be a cool
That'd
mechanic.
be fun.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like a homunculus build and you can choose your own totem out of like 6?
I don't think they'd introduce
doubt
it
they
like
would do-
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do a fusion like that.
We would have got a video like, a break in the woods of Garen Forest. Out comes this creature, and then the video ends. Like, what is it?
A lot of
Do
potential.
you think they're gonna? Do you think? Okay, so since everything has to be bruisery now, and we're dealing with an era of Nana, do you think we're gonna have an AOE kind of like support bruiser style one?
You mean Charlotte?
Okay, stop saying Charlotte. Charlotte isn't the only answer.
She's one of them.
One's not the only answer either.
She's probably the best. I don't know. Just my humble opinion, you know.
I think that's only true because you have a Nyx.
No, I don't use Nyx that often.
No,
don't
Charlotte's
keep
good.
I barely
Charlotte's good
use my Nyx.
regardless.
Mhm.
But Charlotte against Nana, I'm talking about Nana's. She's really good.
Yeah,
If you don't have
works.
Mephisto,
Melee
use
control
the
is good.
Charlotte. Like first pick your Charlotte into Nana. That's how good it is.
No,
I've seen
you first
so
pick
many-
you first pick Juno, so they can't have it.
Oh, that's another.
Because Juno
I
Nana
don't
is
have Juno to-
terrifying. Juno
I
Nana is
don't-
like a whole
I need
new
to
level
own
of
a Juno
toxic.
to have that mental calculation to how effective it is. But I'm telling you, Charlotte for sure, hands down. You fucking need to have it in your draft. And if you have both Mephisto with her, you win Nana drafts like maybe 8 out of 10 times. So I'll give you that ridiculous number. If you only have one of them, either they're gonna underestimate the Charlotte, you get it through, you still win, or they ban the Charlotte, but you still have your other 4 units. It's a good spot no matter what. Hopefully, depending on your other 4. Just saying, I just have to get that out there because someone.
I've been using so the reason Charlotte's so good is because you have glancing, right?
Mhm.
I've been using Arya instead.
Well, the glancing is good, but it's the pushback and gain that helps you rotate. Even if they have 2 stacks on Nana, it lets you actually get those 2 stacks down. I've won in
you
a
need
3v6.
the glancing though because it denies the defense break and it
Yeah,
denies
like,
the
it does-
and it
yeah,
denies the
that's with it
despair
as
stun
well,
too.
yeah.
The worst thing
Very
about
unfortunate.
fighting Nana is when she randomly despair stuns you and defense breaks you in the same turn and you're like fuck.
And she revenges a lot too. I've seen a lot of people doing revenge despair, right?
I think Tessarian's really good in the meta right now. Like,
Yeah, I
really,
gotta put him
really good
on.
in the meta. He's
I
so
agree.
tanky. Tessarian and Elsharian. Elsharian I think is really good in the meta too right now. Triple
Sharin's
revenge.
so good, man.
Especially as someone who's abusing double immunity. Like I'm using Gani Woosa Veligil right now to beat people. So like every time I see an Elsharian, I'm like, fuck. It's like so hard.
Thanks for reminding
Speaking
me.
of that,
Sorry.
when are they fixing Woosa? I'm waiting for Woosa to get fixed.
I think we
That
all
was
are.
weird. That
Oh
was
my god.
that was
For
like
what?
almost a week ago, right? They announced
It was.
they knew it was gonna happen.
I need it so bad. Like
What
I've
happened?
brought units to 1 HP so many times with
His
Woosa. Like,
S2 damage
fixed
skill
at
ups
work.
don't actually do anything.
they don't do
Mhm.
anything. So if you skill up
Oh.
your Woosa skill 2, it does nothing.
I was just gonna say they'll probably wait until the fusion hits and then patch it and then.
Probably.
My Woosa hits like 10.5k on wind units and like 11.2 on dark units. With skill ups, that's closer to 14k, dude. That's 14k damage first turn.
They might just
Honestly,
change the
disgusting.
skill ups.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
swear
say,
to God, if they
they're
change
not
the
gonna
skills,
do-
I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
There's no way they're gonna keep that shit, man.
There's
That's
no
way.
crazy.
Recovery.
They need to keep it.
There's
So then
no
you're gonna have to
way.
wait
If they-
2 months for the bow
If they
patch.
increase his recovery, that's gonna be just as broken. Like
the recovery would be pretty nice.
you do less damage, but you heal for more. It's even more busted.
I had
'Cause you
no
heal
idea
based
he
on
was
fixed
bugged,
HP.
though.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I think Woosa is so strong in the meta that I'm not scared of Diana's my Woosa. I will pick a Woosa into a Diana and not ban it.
That's insane. What's the
I
cooldown
do
on
the
that
same
too? Is it
thing.
2 or 3 turns?
It's 3 turns, I believe. It's 3 turns and 4 turns.
Still pretty good.
Yep.
But, like, I have a plus 34k HP Woosa at like 286. Like, it's a pretty busted unit. It does a lot of damage.
He doesn't really need a whole lot. Like, you can build him on a little bit of res maybe, but that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just speed and HP.
Well, and the cool thing is he kind of changes up the concept of running this like constant double strip meta, because now I can run 1 strip, 1 CC, 1 immunity, and a Ganny.
Mhm.
Like, I can pick, if someone first picks Cardinal, I can pick, or Sierra, I can pick Water Ryu Chungpong. They can pick just about anything outside of like Juno Praha together, or like Gianna Heigang, and I'm just gonna pick Woosa Ganny or Woosa Sekhmet. Like, it's really fun because I feel like the meta has changed enough with these new, with like the changes to these units, that you can actually pick totally different things. So you can still play AoE CC, AoE control. You can also pick double immunity right now. You can also pick cleave. Like, you can pick anything, and it's like, it's not that bad actually.
The meta feels really good right now.
I know
do
this
like
sounds
it.
crazy to say. This might be a little too early to say it, but it feels like this might be the most balanced like drafting meta we've been in for a long time. Where you
No,
can
I agree.
draft a lot
I
of different
agree.
things.
No,
I
I
agree.
And
was
it's so cool. It's so cool, dude. I don't know. I'm loving it. I might be really biased because I'm playing well, but I mean, like, right now in the meta, you can draft so many different types of comps. Unlike usual. Like, usually when you're playing in like top 1,000, it's like really, really hard because certain things are really strong. Right now, the only thing that feels like it's really strong is Nana comps, but I think that's just because people don't know how to fight it.
I think that's
Like,
exactly
people
what
don't
it
know
is.
how to, like, people don't know how to target when Nana comes in, because
They
like
really don't.
everyone in the top 1,000 is playing really well against Nana. Like, if you talk to Lucky Madman, for example, he doesn't struggle against Nana. I don't struggle against Nana. J-Max not struggling against Nana. Like,
You know,
I doubt Fadas is struggling against Nana either. Like, the problem is when you're when you don't have the experience of like target order, playing against units that have revive is really, really different, right? Because it's something that's never been introduced to the game. Whereas a lot of us who've been playing forever have already dealt with Vanessa Triana meta, so like we're used to that kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
So it doesn't feel that different from that. So like when we compare it to like the last 2 seasons where it's been very like AoE control based, and then it shifted into this Molon Carnal Lulu kind of stuff. Before that, it's like it was literally just if you have faster Swift runes, you win. And then before that, it was like Gandy Thor still.
Ganny
So-
Thor, right? Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool to see like we've come around this full circle, but we've come around the full circle while still including most of what's behind. Like AoE control is still good, Molon Carnal still good, double immunity is actually good again now. Ganny Thor is okay again now. Like, it's weird.
It's nice.
Oh, so I think the people in top 100 who struggle with Nana are the people who like have really OP comps that beat most of the ladder drafts in general, whereas Nana is like really good against that because these people like can't kill units fast enough. But these are the people who have like Nephthys, Gianna, Kinky, and then they use like Chungpong Carnal, right? It's like the people who have like who are probably G1 but have like 3 insanely good LD F5s to hard carry them. Because I really do think that most of the players who like I watch at least are not struggling super hard against Nana.
Yeah, I don't
She's
think Nana's
good.
that bad. Like, Nana's good, but I feel like she's very easy to play against. Like, I think everybody's just losing their minds because she's kind of the new thing on the block, so people are trying to like find out how to fight her. But ideally, as long as you play around it correctly, she's honestly not that hard to fight. She's pretty easy to control.
Your draft is
I do think-
extremely important.
A
Extremely
learning
think-
curve.
I do think that she was overpowered in Special League though, because pre-ban she's way stronger in my opinion in pre-ban than she is in not pre-ban. Just because of the things you can take out of the game. Like you can drop Diana from a match. Nana becomes a little bit harder to play against. You can drop a chunk from a match. You can drop like being able to drop one of these units makes Nana way stronger. But like with where it is now, she's strong and she's really good, but I don't feel like she's overpowered to the point where like you can't play against it, right?
Exactly, I agree.
Like
Mhm.
and we're like post buff Chungpong was unplayable to play against. That was
Yep.
so busted and broken because you strip
Yep.
defense breaking the same skill. Like that was insane.
Watch it
It's
though.
insane,
People
dude.
still hate Chungpong and think he's the most busted thing ever. Still, so
He's I mean, he two pieces you
still
is
want him.
ridiculously strong, but that's a violent mechanic that makes him
Yeah.
busted, right?
Exactly. It's not him. Exactly.
That's legit the dream with Chung Peng. Is you skill 2, violent proc into 3rd. That's the dream when it comes through.
Yeah, that's basically what caused Stoic to basically roast me at the meetup.
But that's like getting cocky too, right? You're gonna get that defense break into a skill 2 sometimes. Sometimes those things happen, but those units are still viable, right? I mean, when you have units like that. I don't know. I think I still want CP though. I still want Chung Peng. I know everyone's saying he's.
But Charlotte though.
You want to pick him. You want to have him so someone else can't pick him. Like that's part of the value of it.
Essentially, yeah. That's the main reason you want him, because it's like I know when I was screaming Lucky last night, and I swear it's like Chung Peng Cardinal on the same side. It's just like asking to throw your phone out the window. It's so hard to fight that. Like I mean that too, but it's still like if like that's if Verd actually does his job. If Verd doesn't do his job, then
he always does his job. Who are you kidding?
Nah.
Does it?
On my
Jugg?
side.
Does Verd do his job? Jugg? Did I get a single revenge in that match? Jugg? I don't think so. I don't think I did. Not a single revenge. I went into that and I'm like, Juggernaut is a bajillion% countered, and I got wrecked.
You don't counter his water Ryu, man. It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, you just get stunned.
I think I took his water Ryu. I'm pretty sure I took water Ryu that first.
No,
time.
you did.
I did.
Like
okay.
You first. No, you did. You first picked water Ryu, I believe.
Yeah, because I was first picking it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then you dumped on me.
And then that's how it all started.
The pain. That's how he's getting G3.
So I'm hoping for with these totem units coming out is somebody does something regarding you losing attack bar. I hope something like that comes out. I think it's
more control meta.
No. Something to counter the control. Counter your opponent's ATB push.
Oh, like a passive Masha passive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something like that, but like more passive for your whole team, or like you can punish people. Not necessarily Bison, because his pushback is lowered now. But
Bison is still busted. Don't get.
No, he is. I'm saying for units like that do full pushbacks, or like 75% or more, even 50% is a bit OP. But like Hathor is an example. Not that she needs to be countered right now, but as an example for bigger bar pushbacks, Hathor, Chung Peng.
Fidos wants to pair this unit with Nick, so he never gets pushed back again.
I just want to deal with pushback. Savannah, even though you can just take Leo for
He doesn't
Savannah,
want to fight Light Monkey King anymore. That's what it is.
There's that too. And
he's
Chung
tired
Peng.
of the Light Monkey King.
Dude, it's hard to fight both Light Monkey and Chung Peng in the same time.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, really, that shit's hard.
But if they release a unit that fucks with their pushbacks, and don't tell me a 45 Verd is an acceptable counter.
Can they just make a better Fire Monkey King? That's what I want.
Yeah, or something like that.
What a better Fire Monkey.
I'm hoping.
That unit's sick.
Something like that.
I think I speak for everyone. I just don't want another RNG unit. just don't
I
give us an RNG unit. That's it.
I agree with that.
Okay, what do you mean by an RNG unit? What does it define?
So what I believe an RNG unit is a unit that doesn't require rune quality and just requires the ability for the unit to do something. Where if you don't put any rune quality in this, anybody entering RTA can technically progress due to the unit with RNG. That's it.
So you mean units like
Taurus?
Ragdoll and Tianlang?
What do you mean, like Ragdoll? I love hearing this.
Ragdoll's existence is the definition of what you're saying.
I don't believe so anymore.
Ragdoll exists on the field.
We're in a non-crit meta. We have units that counter Ragdoll. Ragdoll's never been in a worse position.
So much. You AoE multi-hit.
Jugg, how did my Ragdoll do against you? How did it do again? Absolutely terrible. So Ragdoll was a zero traction unit when he did all this attack bar manipulation.
So the thing is, Ragdoll is a unit where, because there's 15% crit no matter what, you can't run a unit 0 crit, right?
Yep.
There's always a chance for Ragdoll's passive to exist without doing anything. I'm
so exhausted hearing this. I'm so exhausted hearing this because
I
so
think
not
the thing
only
is
is this
every
so
G3 player will tell you the same thing.
that's
though.
fine.
No,
That's fine.
I'm
That's
stoic.
every G3. That's every G3, and that is fine. But the thing here is this same thing being said gets brought into Fighter, gets brought into Conquer, and everyone's like, oh, Ragdoll, just like it's it, it's over. That's the Ragdoll. Like, no, listen, if your Ragdoll's not tanky, he's dead. If your Ragdoll's not dealing damage, your team is basically down a unit because right now you're crossing your finger. I am crossing my finger for people to crit right now. Crossing my fingers, and I'm taking it into comps where it is blatantly hoping for people to crit. That is Chungpung, Water Ryu, Connell, and that's where I take my my Ragdoll into it. And you want to know what? 10% attack bar is just not there because people are not critting. These are AoE units.
The thing is, if you have Ragdoll and you're if you're on 270s on your violence sets have become 280 speed already. Like that's just an undeniable fact.
No, I get that. I get that. But there's just
I
not
mean, you
enough
Water
critting out
Ryu
there.
strip where you Chiwu pushback. It doesn't matter. You're gonna crit once every single time. It's so unlikely not to crit. If you're using Water Ryu, it's really unlikely not to crit at least twice, right? You have 3 hits 4 times. Four
depends
units,
on
3
the
hits, right?
But that's the thing with like
These are my
being
hands.
a good ragdoll
These are my
owner,
hands.
being like knowing
These are
when
my
to
hands.
slap it in.
No one can see your hands.
No,
No one can see you at all.
no, you guys can't. You guys can't. You guys
No,
can't.
we can't see you at all.
What?
No.
I-
So
I'm-
what
I'm
I do
with
is
you on
I
my
put my
screen.
hands up and I say these are my hands.
Okay,
so my hands
so,
are just
so the
in
reason that people bring up the Ragdoll and Fighter, Ragdoll and Conquer is because it's one of those units where it's like in the relative rank that it's in, it's really strong with less rune quality.
Yeah.
Versus like having like a Chungpung. Like Chungpung doesn't do anything without good artifacts and decent runes.
I agree with that too.
It like because you need speed, accuracy, HP, defense, and then you need additional damage by speed. Because if you don't have additional damage by speed, you don't do anything. I played on an account last night. The whole account's like 255 violent, but he has literally 0 artifacts, and I could not get into like Conqueror 1 because everybody does too much damage, and I don't do enough damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I swapped it over to Molon comps. Like these turn 2 comps just don't do anything unless you have
Artifacts.
the artifacts, right? Like you don't rotate turns fast enough, even with Diana, right?
Yeah. That's why
Right.
like when it comes to like Chungpung, like I totally get Stoic's argument when it comes to like Ragdoll. Like there's a lot of times where like I will roll Ragdoll players because they pick a lot of them, and Stoic's not one of them, but a lot of them pick like very cheap stuff like Ragdoll Leo Verd because it's like it's a very just low effort, no, not too much efficiency comp. It's like you have the Verd, you have the Ragdoll, you have the Leo. You know, you're gonna get some type of equalizing out of any of these units. So I understand where he's coming from as far as like when it comes to like Ragdoll, sometimes it's hit or miss. But I feel like that's also like a rune quality thing when it comes to like some Ragdoll players. A lot of Ragdoll players are dirt slow. So when you go into a Ragdoll team, they're literally half their bar. So I know if I do anything with my AoE units, they're still not gonna get a turn because they're just completely too slow. And also the same thing with Chungpung, and also like legit having this argument with Chungpung is like in my opinion just like exhausting. I understand that Chungpung is extremely strong, but people just act like Chungpung doesn't require any runes. There's no counters to him. There's no counterplay whatsoever. Like there's so much stuff that like destroys Chungpung as far as just like me and Faraz say all the time, just Verd. It's the simplest counter to Chungpung every single time. People just act like there's no type of like counter to him whatsoever. But I do understand where Stoic is coming from. It is hard. Like as a Ragdoll player, it is hard. Because you know sometimes the turn 1 team, especially if they're tuned right and everything is going well, it's hard.
You know what I love? I love when people take the Ragdoll away from me. Because I feel like sometimes I'm the only person who knows how to play against it. Because I've never in my life had an issue with a Ragdoll player. In my life. I love it when people take it away.
Yeah, I don't have too much issues with Ragdolls. I just have people like the Ragdoll teams that are hard to fight are the ones that have really good runes. The ones that have like when you look at their attack bar and they're like almost full, you're like, oh, this is gonna be a hard one because he has really good runes. Like those are the ones that are just like, yeah, like I'm afraid of these guys.
You're talking about rune quality. Like, yeah, everyone in Guardian 1 is gonna be a lot easier than fighting people in Guardian 3.
Mhm.
Like you're talking about something that is not about the unit, and you're talking about the difference in players. Like it's player skill and it's also player rune quality. Like me fighting Firas is going to be significantly different than me fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
right? Like Fidas's rune quality is really good, and his
Yeah.
unit box is also really good.
And
You have
his
great unit
artifacts.
box and good runes, but there is a difference between those two things. There's like a flat raw 5% difference, and the speed
Mhm.
difference is probably like on the violent sets. I think the violent despair sets like this 5 to 8 speed difference. Like
Mhm.
that is enough to be an entire rank above somebody else.
Exactly.
One
I
thing-
agree.
But what
One
I'm saying
thing
is
I
like
also-
the existence of Ragdoll, Tian Lang, Volantis, like these certain units with certain passives have no like they have no accountability, right? It's the same thing with Antares. Antares has no accountability. The unit existing is enough to make it really scary, right? Volantis on a C3 player with a Volantis is the
Mhm.
scariest thing in the world because you have a
100%.
50% chance to lose the game instantly.
I agree with that.
I agree with that because it's an LD5. I think the LD5 should be good.
Yeah.
I don't
agree with
think
that.
it should. I personally, I think for balance, I think it's a terrible mechanic.
All right, so if it's
I
a
think
terrible
that, I think that it
mechanic,
should be good, but I don't think it should be. It should be unaccountable in terms of RNG.
so if you don't think the LD Nat 5s should be, well, all right. My point, what I want to say here is, if we don't think units like Ragdoll, units like Volantis should be in the place that they are, I full-heartedly believe that the LD scroll should have the same rate as a mystical scroll.
sure,
That's scary.
it makes literally no difference to me. I'm not saying these units shouldn't be good or better. I'm saying the difference between where they are now and where other units are that are good is too much.
I think if an LD is going to be unique, I agree with it being the way it is right now. But if they're not going to be unique, and I'm not saying broken, I'm
You're
not saying
unique,
whatever,
you're
I'm saying
strength.
unique.
Unique and strength are two different things. A unit being unique means it has a mechanic that something else doesn't have, something that actually is the raw definition of unique. You're talking about the strength of a unit literally based on the color of its scroll. Like just because it's a harder rate to pull this unit means it should be much stronger. I think it should be stronger because it's rare, but I think the strength of it should come from its like actual uniqueness, not from the fact that it's literally a coin flip loss. Like Volantis, you remember APAC last match? He last picked a Volantis that nobody knew he had. That was GG. It didn't matter what he banned. That was GG because that unit is a 50% chance to instantly lose the game. And he had to ban the wound sock because he knew there was no opportunity for him to win unless he took the 50-50.
That was great.
That's just such a horrible feeling to be put in because it's not even like the draft. It's like these two units are so unique and they're incredibly. It's not just that they're unique because we talk about units being unique. There's some units that are unique that are terrible, right? There are many unique units that are terrible. Isis is super unique and she's very, very bad.
No,
Right?
One thing
No,
want to say
I don't
was-
think Isis is
Very
bad at all.
Hold on.
I don't think ISIS is bad at all. No, ISIS
One
is
thing
finding
I
a
wanna-
place now. Meta's changing, dude. Meta's changing, and ISIS is finding a
Where's
place.
that?
Yes, sir.
Tasarian's
Yeah.
better in every situation.
That's
fair.
fine.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
Yes.
But
As a-
ISIS is unique
as
and
a
has a
business
place.
though, but you have to understand as a business, and I think Comtwist is kind of screwing this up a little bit over time, is that people were really mad about LD Nat 5s. They were selling LD Nat 5s as kind of like the OP thing. You have you have an LD Nat 5 Artemeal as your mascot, right? So people are wanting them, they're wanting to buy them, they're the hardest thing to get, et cetera, et cetera. And the one thing I have to say is like you can't they want to give you free to play units, they want to give you 4-stars, they want to give you things that are options, but then they're over time they're power creeping in on the things that are supposed to be rare, expensive, hard to get, etc. But you're going to piss off your free to play community if you don't kind of give people a little bit more. So that is exactly what's been happening over the last couple of years, is you see some LD and F5s that had relevancy and then started to power creep out of relevancy, right? So then they have to buff them, then people are mad, they get buffed. Then they do arbitrary things like they do to Gianna. Gianna's still OP. And people mad? Do people still want, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say with that? Like, it's a balancing act where I don't think they're ever going to get it quite right for free-to-play players or people who pay and get lucky, or anywhere in between there. I don't know.
One thing I want to mention, because this is my perspective on like units, like even whether it's an LD or regular element, there are some units that will thrive in certain metas and some will not. I'm talking about specifically RTA. Well, let's just use Ragdoll.
Yep.
Why was Ragdoll so good?
RTA.
Because everyone was critting all the time. Now he became less because obviously people went additional damage crazy like myself. But I can still find myself weaking against Ragdoll against people who know when to slap it down. Let's say, for example, I take a Praha. Praha naturally is going to be a high crit rate because I want to abuse her S1. Same with Sierra, same with any of the Oracles. And I say, okay, you know what? I want to take my Ragdoll into somebody I know who is running a high crit rate team. And now he found his spot. This is why sometimes I'll even struggle with Ragdolls, because it ends up being a phenomenal last pick on me. I'm like, well, am I going to get screwed by this ragdoll immunity combo, or am I going to ban it and hope to deal with his Diana, blah, blah, blah. And that's the one example. Then another one is like Hathor. Like, she still can be used. She isn't as good as she used to be, right? But she can still be slapped in every now and then. Yes or no? Oh, that's a yes.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
what I'm getting at now, I'm getting to the LDs. Now we go to the LDs. Appetizer, APZE. He's been having really good success with his ISIS. Why? Because all the Nanas and zero immunity units are coming out. Or like a turn one, they don't have any immunity. Now all of a sudden his ISIS is like one of the scariest things that he says. It gets banned. Because it's like 80, he said what, 80% ban rate?
Question though. What other LD95 does he have besides Nyx? Because if you just have an ISIS, it's very different. It's like just having a Gurkha. Just having a Gurkha is not that good. But if you have a Gurkha and a Nyx, suddenly things change really fast.
Maybe a little bit.
Right? It's like having a Gianna without the Hey Gang. Having a Gianna with the Hey Gang is a lot scarier than not having the Hey Gang. There are combinations of units that suddenly make a lot of things change, right? ISIS, I think, can be very usable in this current meta. I don't think she's going to be good in top tier, like in terms of tournament play. That's the thing.
I think a fifth ISIS can still be good. You fifth pick an ISIS in a perfect scenario.
If you get an opportunity to fifth pick an ISIS in a perfect scenario, that person probably didn't draft very well, right? Because are we talking about ladder tournaments? Because I'm only talking about tournaments here.
I'm just saying in general.
Ladder.
Okay, if we're talking about ladder, then it doesn't matter. It's different. Ladder, you can pick anything you want. Certain last picks will always be good on ladder because there's nothing. I'm strictly talking about tournament play because that's what the game's balanced around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's a relevant thing to discuss, right? We're talking about people who, like, I'm using examples of the best players in the world who are playing these tournament setups, right? With the pre-ban setup as well, right? If we're just talking about ladder, then I rescind my statement. Ladder, you can pick just about anything, and it's gonna work really well if you have the right setup.
Yeah.
Like, people can't take it away from you, and people also don't know what you have.
Oh, if we're talking about tournament, then Ragdoll wasn't even used. Ragdoll was hardly even drafted.
Ragdoll wasn't used yet, but I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it.
There's a very good reason why Ragdoll wasn't used.
Ragdoll wasn't used because everyone right now is just running like straight cleave into each other. Like they're literally cleave challenging each other. They're not even taking like you cleave, I'll play turn 2. It's like you cleave, I'll cleave you first.
Yeah, we'll see how.
So if we're looking at America's Cup, then America's Cup is all CC cleave with Pontos, right? It's all Pontos, it's all Nikki. It's like really high damage or like really defensive comps. Ragdoll doesn't really do anything into either of those comps.
Yep. EU prelims was also, we had a handful of Ragdoll users, and I think we saw Ragdoll coming out of Roslet. I think we saw like maybe 1 or 2 matches, but we didn't see many Ragdolls at all when it came to EU. But we saw other units.
You also picked Diana and Tears like every game.
Exactly.
So
and let's go back to where it all began, when I said, let's all just hope, we're all hoping for one thing, and that these new units are not RNG units. So now let's go and try to figure some RNG units out. If Ragdoll was such an RNG unit, there's Antares, then there's Diana.
So when we brought up RNG units, there were 2 different things I mentioned. So the first one was there's unaccountable RNG, which is like Antares, right? Antares has literally no accountability. Yep. He can proc once in 11 turns, once in 17 turns. He can proc 3 turns back and forth, right? Yep. Unaccountable RNG is something that, like, there is no rhyme or reason for why it happens. It's literally just it's a flip the table. This man walks in the room, like, you're playing Monopoly, you land on something, and he literally walks in and flips the fucking table and just says, fuck you, and that's it, right? That's Antares. We all know that's Antares. Diana hits you, gets up from the table, slaps you across the face, and then sits down, right? Like, there's a little bit of accountability there. At least it sits there, and it's like, okay, now you can do what you want to do, right? But these other units I was talking about are not, like, they're not on the side of accountable RNG or not. They're on the side of, like, their existence is the RNG, right? And it's just because of their passives, right? Which was the Tianlang Volantis Ragdoll.
Yep.
And, like, I totally agree they're separate, and I totally agree we don't want either of those in the game.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is do not give us...
But we've never been in a situation where we could actually control what Ragdoll does with his passive than ever before. We are now in a position where we actually have control of this. More than ever before, okay? I have to add the more than ever before.
I don't know. It's like, I guess because it's lower attack bar gain, but at the same time, like that reflect damage is pretty good because it does reduce damage taken too.
The only
But
time
they
I've
nerfed
ever
it.
had that reflect damage work for me is when I thought I lost a match but won the match because both
That
units
happened to
died.
me yesterday. I lost a match because the reflect damage killed me and he was 1 HP. But like
Oh,
reduced
dude, I
reduced
saw
damage.
No,
is
that
just
results
good.
in a but
No,
that
he
didn't
didn't.
result
I
as a
died
win.
because
Okay.
the-
Yeah.
But like it's very tough because the damage reduction is really strong. Like especially with how good Mo Long is out there right now. Like Mo Long being out there, it's like anything that has damage reduction is sick. Craig
That's why I
is
think
fun.
Alexander's one of the
Craig,
best
Craig,
35.
Craig is pain, my friends. Guys, can we buff
Really?
Craig?
That sounds like Craig.
Our boy WhyCuz needs a buff. Please and thank you. I think we can all unanimously agree that Craig needs a buff.
I
15
can
base
I
speed?
can jump on that.
I don't think anyone would say that Craig doesn't need a buff. That
Just
thing
the
is-
S3 though.
He literally murders your own team, dude. That's not fun.
Yeah. No, I 1000% agree that Craig needs a lot of a buff. He needs a lot of a buff.
You imagine picking Craig into a cleave and the other guy has Alexander Ragdoll? You just lose. You steal
know who
half
you
your own
need to use
HP
with
and then you
Craig?
die.
Lynette, right? That's the Dark Lapis.
Mm-hmm.
Lynette, that's what you got to use with your Craig. You'll be happy.
So
I
you'd
solved your
AoE heal
problem.
your team with skill.
Yes. They recently buffed that S3 too.
Oh man.
Or in a
Give her
star,
an
you'll do
attacking
more
speed
damage.
buff. She nukes the Diana because she's gonna have high HP, and then you get full health again. It's great. I just solved all the Craig issue right there.
Okay, topic discussion change. Unless anyone else has anything to say about what we were just talking about.
One thing.
The new units still.
Yeah.
I thought we did.
That's what I was trying to get onto. I was
Yeah.
gonna bring it reel us back because we've been kind of just talking about shit. All right, go ahead, Fadas.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, remember Comto has said they're gonna be releasing the patches more frequently, and we've been seeing the LDs getting touched for the last 3 patches. We get at least 2 or 3, right? They get a little love. Yay or nay?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yep.
Be
Thanks
patient.
for William Buff. I appreciate it.
Be patient.
Young buff motherfucker.
I hope they stick to their 2-month mark, and that's it. I just hope they stick to that 2-month, even if it doesn't come as big as the last patch was decent size. Even if it comes up a little bit
the big and
smaller.
small patches. I don't think we're gonna see big patches every 2 months, dude.
No, I don't
so
think so.
much.
I don't know. I agree. We're not going to see it, but I hope if they appease a lot of the people with 2 or 3 LDs that people are crying about, get them a little bit higher. Just so be patient. Hope 2 months is not that long. That's it.
Here's a question: would you rather them be super consistent with bigger patches or smaller more consistent with smaller patches, or get back on doing Second Awakens consistently again?
Patches.
Patches.
100%
Yeah.
patches.
Patches.
Do we care at this point that they're behind on Second Awakens?
I don't care at all.
I'm
You know what I
terrified.
care about more? If
I
they
don't care at
release a 2A again that's broken as fuck,
Yes.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so upset at the game.
Or if it ends up being extremely underwhelming, then it's like
I would rather have it be underwhelming first and then come
Yep.
out and be stronger with a buff
yeah,
later.
like,
I don't want
it's-
to. Well, if they're gonna not wait, because they have this pattern when they have a new unit out, they wait 2 patches. Except there've been a couple exceptions recently, but they normally wait 2 patches to fix it. I don't want to release a 2-way and we gotta wait 2 patches until they say, okay, we realize how shitty this is.
So
Even though
I've
the
kind of
majority.
changed- I've kind of changed my perspective on they used to do it blank. I don't believe in that anymore. I'm like,
is it-
whatever they used to do, I don't care what they used to do.
Everything's
Everything-
very
There are no
everything's gonna be
patterns.
different going forward, guys. Literally
Well,
everything will be
hopefully,
different
yeah.
going forward.
I
just
hope
gotta
I'm
have
wrong.
faith in it.
I hope
They
I'm wrong,
shortened
but yeah.
the RTA season to match the balance patches every 2 months.
That'd be fine with me.
No,
No,
that'd be
the
fun.
the RTA season ends in 2 months.
Yeah, it's 2 months. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that
it's
actually
December-
true?
December
Yeah, it
18th.
ends in
Yeah,
December
just over
18th.
2 months.
Oh
That
yeah,
makes
they
sense.
always do there's always one short
Yeah.
RTA season.
The shorter one is after finals usually. So the season with finals is
Oh.
always shorter. Plus
And
they
you
try to
know-
end it. They try to end it before Christmas because they've ended it on New Year's before, which was a nightmare.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I recall.
Because
People
after
were
the short
upset about
one,
that.
they do RTA season counting towards SWC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
That
okay,
makes
so maybe that's
sense.
just it. Okay. Fusion.
I think we all have predictions on what we think the fusion monsters are going to be. Correct. So do you have them up on the
yep.
screen, or do you want us to just say them?
Yeah, we could just. I have them right here. If you want me to just quickly repost them, but oh wait, no, we
Just read
talked a
them all.
lot.
We talked a lot.
We did.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to find them because let me just
No,
copy
mine
paste
is
this.
still
Just
there.
get it all down there. So
So it's all but guaranteed it's going to be wind, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because there's 2 wind
Mhm.
units in it.
So-
So I think
go on, yeah, please.
it's going to be Melia, Kyle, which is the water poison master.
Ooh.
I can't remember what fire unit I said. Do you guys remember what fire unit? I wrote it down, but I forgot.
Because I had to.
I think we all agreed Verd is being used.
Oh yeah, Verd,
Yeah.
yeah. It was.
I
I wanted it to be
changed-
Melia, Verd, Kyle, and Win Magical Archer. That was my guess.
I wanted to go counter everybody else and guess Harmonia because Harmonia's not been used anywhere else. And I think I looked it up and they've never used, okay, again, what Tyler said is true. They don't count on patterns anymore, but they've never used two of the same thing. I think it was like the same element back to back and the same from fusion to fusion. So Verd would be like weird for them to do that from Verd to Verd. So I guessed Harmonia. I said Harmonia, Lupinus, Hearn, and then I just guessed Wind Amazon because everyone else was guessing Wind Amazon. There's so many Wind 3 stars, so I'm not sold on that.
I want to write these and put them on the screen just so everybody can see them. This is just for the sake of, if we actually nail this, that'd be pretty epic. So Wind
Yes.
Dryad, Tyler, what were your other picks here?
Oh,
Melia, Kyle, Verd, and Win Magical Archer. I'm pretty sure
so
Kyle's the blue.
That's some big text.
Kyle is
Water Poison Master.
water
Thank you.
poison master.
Nobody even likes Kyle. You say that to Chew Bagel.
Actually,
Yeah,
Kyle's
get your
pretty
ass
dope.
beat.
Kyle's
Go
pretty
talk
dope.
to Zigbear about that. Get your ass beat.
Yeah, Kyle's pretty dope, honestly. No, yeah, because mine's the same as pretty much Tyler's. I think they're gonna make Melia fusible, and then same thing, Verd, Kyle. But I said with Amazon.
The only thing Ziggy loves is RuneScape right now. He doesn't even love Kyle anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll like Kyle even more when you tell him what you summoned.
He's gonna definitely love him.
All right, for the sake of the podcast, I don't think Zig is here, but you want to tell everyone what you summoned yesterday?
Yeah, Leebly.
Yeah.
You summoned Lubly. Yeah, we all know
I
this.
hate you so much.
It's my first Leebly, dude. I'm so excited.
I hate
Crazy.
you so much.
It's a really good unit. Congrats.
I love
Yeah,
Leebly.
super dope, super dope.
He's
Should I
great.
just expose it?
Go
I took a
Bombers.
no. Screenshot of his of his thumbnail. So like, there's a picture of him reacting to summoning it too.
No, there
Søren, what
isn't.
were your guesses one more
It's on my
time?
phone.
Mine's
do you mean?
Harmonia, Lupinus, Hearn, and the Wind Amazon.
Wind,
So I think they could give us Melia skill ups without giving us Melias directly to be
That's
fusion.
what Jugg said originally, right? You said.
Do you guys?
Yeah,
I
I agree
said
with-
Herney. I said Herney, but I switched it to Melia because I think they're gonna make Melia fusible,
It
which
was
would be
super-
really good.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember when
Oh, wait.
Frost said exclamation
I
mark
think I said-
riot? I do.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. So,
I know, I think
I
Fireheart,
have
Wind
to-
Magical Archer.
I tried, Tyler. I'm sorry.
What was the other two?
I think I'm.
The other two, Søren?
I think I messed up. I think I messed up because I think mine has to be
Water.
Melia because I forgot a second wind one. So it'd have to be then.
So Melia
Well-
over Water. Wind
Wait, did I
Magic
do
Knight.
wrong? No, I did it right. Never mind. I'm good.
Herney is the water dryad.
Dry.
Yeah, the water one. I thought I had to have two wind 4 stars, and I'm like, no, that's not right. I'm good.
So you keeping with the Magic Knight then?
Yeah.
Okay, Wind Magic Knight then.
For sure.
What was your 3-star?
Wind Amazon.
I like this. The Wind Amazon I think is
I'm
pretty
the only one
good.
picking magical arc. I'm so copium. I was like, I don't want to be like you guys. I'll pick something different.
Wait, oh.
I'm gonna remove chat. There we go.
Also, what time does the TOA reset? It's 10 PST, right?
10 PST. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
perfect.
midnight for me.
Okay, cool. I have time to. I have time to
LC,
rewrite
what's your
5 hours,
guesses?
10 minutes.
I'm looking through the chat. I can't find it.
Faraz, what's your guesses?
All right, mine's still there, nice and handy. Naturally, Arnold.
Oh my
Argan.
god.
And
Arnold Argan.
I'm just gonna
Excuse me,
copy
this unit
that
is
down.
cute. It's not a demon.
No, I don't. I think it has 0 relevance. Arnold,
This is perfect.
Argan, Emma, Bernard.
Yep, that's
I'm only saying Bernard because everyone else said fucking Magical Archer and the other Archer. Bernard. He's never been used.
Bernard.
He's never been used. I checked. He's never been used, so he's gonna be there.
Bernard. Okay, Elsie, you said Lupines, Todd, of Avarice, and Mav.
Horrors and Mav, yeah, the water Kamun.
Yeah, I
For those
reposted for you.
Iounur skill ups.
I'd be down for Iounus. That unit hits like a truck.
He's so
That's
good.
Dude, the fact that he brands and Oblivions in the same hit
Yeah.
on revive
He gets two
and
he gets back-to-back
100%
turns.
attack bar.
Because he attacks immediately when he reses and he gets full
Then
attack.
you get
bar.
attack bar. Yeah, that's
It's
nuts.
so good.
You have to kill him with like you have to kill him with a Chung Pung. That's really what you have to do. Chung Pung,
Pretty
Oki,
much.
or Sekhmet, right? Because you can reset the cooldown.
I've cut some Iounus that revive though. which is
Yeah, because they only
I
get
thought they get instant turns.
Yeah, it's like a Bellio.
Wait, what was Elsie's guess?
Lupines, Todd, Avarice, and Mav.
Wind
Yeah, I threw
Never
magic.
Mav.
Oh, it's
3
gonna
stars
be
of
fun,
Hannah.
dude.
Don't make the 3-star of Hannah. Nobody wants to get a cowgirl, dude. Come on. You
I wouldn't
know how
mind.
hard it is to get those? Oh, you
Very
got
hard.
opposite text there, my friend.
Yep, that happened.
You got SpongeBob text up on the screen.
SpongeBob text.
It's huge. Wind Magic Knight. And that was Water Hearn, Water Dryad.
Yes. No, Avaris.
Avaris. Really? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
put Avaris.
Water.
Whatever
It's
Anubis.
water Anubis.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Question for chat. Is anyone using double immunity like me?
Yes.
Degenerate double immunity Ganny user? I'm using Woosa Veligil Ganny. It's fucking
What's your
gross.
other 4-star?
That brings me back like 10
Mav.
seasons.
Mav?
It's 3 stars Mav.
It's 3 stars mad, but what's his 4-star? Last one? Oh, Verd.
Lupinus.
To-
Oh,
Wait,
no, Lupinus.
Lupin
Todd.
Well, no. So I have wind, water, wait.
Todd is fire.
Oh, Todd's fire.
That is fine.
Oh, that's
2018
fire
Tyler.
poison guy.
Fire poison master, yeah.
Poison
Isn't it
boy?
2017 Glory?
20. Look, my 2017 comp actually works now. I am
Wait.
murdering people with ragdolls. It's
It's
great.
only
I
because
love
it's
it.
best. The only reason it's working.
How you liking the defense break on Vela? I've been very curious.
I
about
like
It's fucking
it.
terrible.
It works. Because I'm running defense buff
It's
still.
fun.
that. I thought you were gonna tell me something else.
It doesn't fucking do anything.
I didn't think so.
What does a 1-turn defense break do for you? Your Veligil moves last on your team.
Well, you
I
make the
wonder
move first. It's like the cigar thing. You gotta have a move first,
Why would you ever have your Veligil move first on your team?
so you can land defense break. That's it.
But everyone uses all their shit, and then you're like, boom, cleansed, easy. The thing is, it's so inconsistent. Like if it was a 2-turn defense, obviously it would be insane because two-turn skill, right? But like it's inconsistent and it's trash. You're just using him for damage. That's all. If he violent procs,
just
cool.
say
He
it.
violent procs, but that's just like because he violent proc. If anything, Veligil is still there. That does less damage than your fucking Woosa. I shit you not. My Woosa, I guarantee you, out damages fucking Veligil. Woosa's just busted.
100% does, yeah.
Woosa's just
100%.
busted. Get a Nyx, everything's 2 turns, except for Sierra Bombs. Those go to 1 turn.
Hey,
True.
I want to,
maybe
you know,
one.
I would if I had a Nyx, Fidos and I would have a field day. We'd go out for lunch and it would just be a field day testing new stuff.
There's so many things that you could do with Nyx if you're willing.
Nyx, Sekhmet, Woosa, Veligil +1. I would be so happy.
No, those Sekhmet's fucking PTSD. Still.
Dude, I love.
People are trying to
Dude,
get-
I'm actually having so much fun with Sekhmet right now. I shit you not. Sekhmet is really fun to use right now.
I'm over the fun because I used it before. I'm over it. I'm over
She's
Sekhmet.
just fun because she's so fast.
There we go.
I outsped
I
someone's
used to have her
Boonsaw
faster
yesterday.
before. Remember my Bison runes before I had a Bison? It was on Sekhmet. Those runes just flopped over. I used to have my 180 Sekhmet. I won a lot of matches with it, but I'm over it because of that fucking S3 never landing. I'd rather just do additional damage.
All the guesses are on screen now.
Sekhmet
Nice.
is actually so fun.
She is, but I'm over it because I'm over it from 2 years ago.
I changed my still. It's Verd.
It's not
It's Verd, Kyle, Melia.
Kyle.
Oh, he's
Uh,
joined me. He's joined me.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
just get
said.
the
No.
Amazon instead of the
Yeah, I
Magic
said,
Archer, right?
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I changed it to.
So not
You
Jared,
can,
huh?
you can just copy mine and then change the Magical Archer to Amazon.
Kyle? Kile? Kyle?
Someone told me they summoned a Gurkha
KYLE.
yesterday. I didn't know it was a
KYLE.
unit, and I thought it was a D-Nuts joke.
Gurkha is just, that's a word.
I had a
What?
tough
Who?
time growing up.
Wait, you swapped to wind magical archer as well, Jugg?
No, he wants win
No,
Amazon.
no. Win Amazon. Win
Okay,
Amazon.
no. Wind Amazon, I think, is premium. I think that's it.
Aren't they already a fusion monster though?
Which one?
I don't believe so.
And Amazon?
What? There's no
No.
3-star fusion monsters, is there?
No.
No. It's not. I don't think so. It's
Oh, fusion food. Food. I see.
Are they
what you mean, I
not?
see what you mean.
I don't know.
Katarina?
Wind
What's
Amazon?
I honestly couldn't
Oh,
tell you.
Yeah.
No clue.
Never mind.
I know Wind Magical Archer is. I don't know by Amazon. Actually, no.
Nah,
Magical
sorry.
Archer's not. It's the fire and the water one that are.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
the
you're
whole
right.
family.
You're right. It's
The
on
whole
the
family.
Nine Tails. It's on the Nine Tails.
Oh, is it?
That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're definitely wrong.
That Amazon looks like it fits so well with the Totemist. That's why. It just looks like
It
they
does.
could
It does.
fuse it on over.
Even the Wind Magic Archer is already a fusion mon on the samurai.
I refuse to upgrade my segment to level 40. She's
You
permanently
fucking
level
why?
39. Because it
It's like-
tilted WhyCuz when I was in New York, so it was great. So I just kept it.
Oh, I can get behind that.
It's funny. It's funny when it wins. Can you imagine if all your units were level 39, how tilted people would get fighting you?
Super tilted.
I used to fall for those old. What are those old defenses where like something would be like level like 5-star maxed, and I'd be like, oh, easy, and then I'd fall for it when I was a new player.
Draco ever.
All the
No Nyx user also has a Gianna.
Zephyrius does, doesn't he?
Zephyrius does.
Or
doesn't?
not. Dustin doesn't. I'm
Doesn't-
pretty sure Zephyrius
doesn't?
does.
No, Dustin has a Yanhong.
Yeah, Yan Hong Nyx.
Doesn't Diligent also have a Nyx? He just doesn't use it.
Yeah, and Tiger. I don't know if Tiger has. I know Tiger has.
Tiger
Nyx.
doesn't
I don't
have
know
a
if he has
Gianna though.
He doesn't.
No, he has his late panda. Oh, Zadorus has Zadorus has Nyx Gianna.
Oh, you fucking do, don't you?
Yeah, and he has
He has a lot.
two Nefties as well.
But he doesn't have artifacts.
That's what you think. That's what you think. That whole week, we made his account better than yours. Why? The
Oh, I
power
wanna
of a
see
credit
it.
card.
Does
The
he-
power of a credit card.
Yeah, you can't buy
You know,
artifacts though. Why I
Oh,
specified
you
artifacts for a
You just
reason.
pay people to farm artifacts for you.
Oh, no.
Just casually.
true,
pay
Zed?
somebody.
If it's true, I want to.
Look, Zed, I'll farm for you overnight. Okay, I got you. I'll do it for free,
He doesn't have.
just to prove Fidas wrong.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
It's gonna be great when he first picks the Nyx into you, and you can't counter pick the Gurkha or the Gianna or the Nef.
I'll
Dude,
suffer.
imagine he pulls a
Yeah.
Han or a Volantis though. Suddenly the game is just over.
The game is literally over.
He,
has
he,
All I have
become,
to do
he
is
becomes
drop down
he
Lee
becomes
Blue.
baby diligent.
baby dodge.
Baby
But
diligent.
imagine for 1 second if you threw a Jara in that draft.
Oh,
my
I would
God.
love it.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit! I might
Dude,
actually get out
If
of
you
fighter
early
one.
pick Jara,
Might
you
actually
open
get a
up the
fighter
game.
one.
Think about it. If you first pick Jara, they can't take Nana.
True.
That's not true at all.
It's
They
a
are not
huge
going to be
fucking
intimidated.
They're just gonna
No, it's
ban
the
your Jara.
hardest counter.
No, nobody
Imagine
bans
they
Jara.
ban
You
your
can't
Jara.
make
Literally nothing they can do.
Oh man.
the ultimate setup that you never knew you needed.
Yeah. Somehow
nice.
Jara's gonna fit in there with all that additional damage on one hit.
He has such great base HP. What do you
His base defense gets lower on Awakening.
mean?
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, he's one of those.
325. It's
Okay.
terrible.
Does Jara have speed awakening at least?
No,
No.
his Awakening is like his S2 gets better.
Oh,
Ah.
right. His
Uh,
S2 is a one-turn.
So what you're
cooldown.
telling me is Jara is literally worse than Teshar.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
that's
I've
a
known
statement.
Jaras that made people quit the game. That's all I have to say.
That's a
Yes,
statement.
that's exactly what I said when I got him.
Is Jar better than
Oh.
Manananan though?
Yes.
I would say so.
Yes.
Because he can actually
Because
kill.
Jara's really good in solo R5, like really good in
Yes.
solo R5.
Okay.
I would put
No,
Jara
no, no,
over
tough
over
existence.
Manananan. Jara also looks a lot cooler. Let's be honest. Like if
Transmog
you were-
Sea Emperor
if-
looks pretty good.
If you
Yes.
had
Yeah.
if you had the Guardian Transmog though
Mhm.
for Jara, it looks
Waiting for
fucking
next season.
sick. It looks sick.
Comes out in special League next season.
Oh, does it
It does.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fast.
it's really nice.
Well, it's not fast enough. Can the OGs come faster, please?
God, you're waiting 3 years.
Yeah, what season is that?
I
Like
did-
15?
Unlucky.
Like 4. They need to start popping out like 4 a season so that I can catch
No.
up to the OGs. Please, please.
I was under the
They just need
impression
to
it was
actually get
every other
2 a
season
year.
we were gonna get it.
Yeah,
They
we do.
just
We
need-
get
they
one
just
more
need
every other season.
more special league. That's all we need.
Thank God.
Just give us more special leagues so I can
More
play 60
special
wings a
league.
day. At least I can play 60 wings of 2 different things in a day.
Yeah. But
And
would
then
you
give
want
me a
the same
give me a
special league?
separate inventory for special leagues. So like my special league can have
Ooh.
separate runes from everything
That'd be
else.
cool. Do
I
you
don't. I
want-
like that.
Would you play the same special leagues though, just rotating every 2 weeks?
I
Or-
think 2 weeks is too short. I think it has to be a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
If you're gonna do special league at the same time you play regular RTA, it has to be a month. 2 weeks is way too
Mhm.
short.
Interesting.
Special league, normal RTA, and 2v2s at the same time. I'd be down. I probably
Oh
wouldn't play
my
2v2 though because there's no rewards. I would
That's
only play
fair.
2v2 to record videos with these guys.
2v2 is still the most fun game mode in the entire. It's the best thing they've
They
added
need-
in years.
They need to
more people playing it.
incentivize it more, though.
I
Yeah.
really
So-
wish they add something, anything, because
Mhm.
2v2 is a
Times are
lot
so
of fun, but nobody's
It's
playing.
super dead. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Two
just, it's
times
like
are
Goodwill.
dead.
You know what I mean?
But even
2v2,
Goodwill, you
2v2
can
literally
stop
just
and
needs like you play it, you get points. You get like
Mhm.
you get like glory. Like one glory per
Mhm.
match would still be enough for people to want to play it.
But then you're just going to incentivize people who auto.
It's fine.
There has
Whatever.
to be incentive to try.
I mean, is it really worth your time to auto? Because when you're playing 2v2s, you can't farm.
yeah.
So like
I mean-
at that point, I don't think it's actually worth autoing 2v2s.
I mean, if people just leave a bot on overnight and once their wings are done,
Why wouldn't they just leave the bot on overnight and farm?
you can just X out and add your friend again.
That's
It's
a
a
lot.
pain,
That's
but
a
you
lot of
can.
work. That's a
But
lot
you
of-
can. Like, it's possible.
Yeah, you could. You could. I remember Jeff and I tried to get a match in 2v2s, and we queued for 30 minutes, and we couldn't find a match. My win rate's not even that good. My win rate is only
It goes
like,
off
I'm
the
like-
higher.
Yeah,
it goes off the higher person.
Jeff's win rate is like 80-something%. So
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
and then well, WhyCuz queued a match with me, and we got one match. We won it, and then we got a 30-minute queue after that.
Yeah.
we got
Sweet.
matches pretty fast.
It was just brutal.
We
That
played
was
the
rough.
same people, granted. But we
Yeah,
got
you and
fast.
I played the same people like 4 times in a row.
Yeah,
But our 2v2 comps actually work pretty well.
it was really fun.
Yeah, we have like fast, aggressive comps.
Hell yeah. I was doing. Who was it with? It was either with one of my mods or it was just somebody who would essentially I would take double speed lead or they would take double speed lead and we would just go off each other. It's so much fun, man. Oh my god, I love it.
When you're ready, I'm down. I have the Beast Riders available for this.
Yes, I do too now.
Oh, now what do you mean?
I just got Barbara.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Right? Living in
Let's go in.
2019 here.
He's about to go in.
You can use
Dude,
Barbara
Barb.
to set up for your Jara.
True. True.
Barbara Masha Chara.
True.
Forget
Done.
Gemini. Forget Gemini. Use Barbara.
Already done.
Gemini
You
on
know,
the-
no,
Go
I know
on
the
LC,
dirtiest
though,
is when
LC.
is when
So,
one person has like
Have you
3
actually
Beast
tested your
Riders.
Jara though?
No, he's unawakened.
You can't
No
just
love. No love.
I don't have the essence, and it hasn't come
You're
around.
doing-
yet.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
not-
okay,
I'll
okay.
put crystals
If
on
you don't
it.
have the
I'm
essence
just
yet,
not doing it.
Who
I'm
doesn't have
disappointed. I'm
essences?
disappointed that you didn't spend 300 crystals for him.
No, I'm not doing it.
Ah.
This is not like when the
Disappointed.
Summer's Way came out
See,
and everyone wanted the trend scroll.
I did it for
This is
Fermion.
not
I didn't
I'm
have
not
the
even
essences
joking.
for my Fermion, and I still
What?
did it.
What
no,
everybody's
no.
doing.
You know, this is-
Pokedex.
What about the Pokedex? I'll get it Friday.
You cross it off.
I will
You
literally
cross
get it tomorrow.
Oh, God.
This
Yeah.
is the problem. I have materials for everything. That's why I don't get it. I don't
Mhm.
summon
That
the
is
unit
the
because I
thing.
have all the materials ready. I have enough materials to like awaken like 5 LD Nat 5s.
I just don't have that dark high essence. That's all I need.
I
have
paid
hundreds
300
of them. I will
crystals.
send-
Just so I can awaken Fermion and lose rank during Special League.
You
yeah,
fucking
but
Yeah.
that's
hell.
worth it.
Worth.
That's worth it if you ask me.
It's funny because what everybody's doing to you is exactly what WhyCuz did to me. Because when I summoned Tian Lang, I had no light essences whatsoever, and so WhyCuz said, "You didn't summon a Tian Lang. You summoned a light panda." So for the whole entire time, the whole entire week, he's like, "Oh, Jugg got a light panda," and it's like Tian Lang, no light panda, because he hasn't awakened it yet. So to this day, he still calls it a light panda. Yeah,
It's just a light panda.
it's just a light panda. That's all it was.
Forever and always just a
No
light
awaken,
panda.
no GZ. That's the same, it still applies.
Mhm.
Essentially, that's why I didn't 6-star until I awakened it.
Oh, what was I saying though? LC, actually give Jara a legitimate chance, please.
I will once I awaken him. Barbara Masha, Barbara and a
Have
Death Break is
respectable
actually
crit
pretty
rate, please. Mainly,
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Respectable crit rate.
Are we
What
about
is
to
night-
see?
Bring it into 2v2s when we play 2v2s.
I
nice.
think
I
we're
think
about
we
to,
can.
are we gonna see LC like leaving the Jameer tableau? Is
No.
the day coming?
I don't believe it. I do
Literally
not
not.
believe it.
Literally, I am.
It will
it's
never
my
happen.
crutch.
he's too committed. He's too deep.
But you guys don't realize I'm a terrible RTA player, but I have Jameer Tableau.
No, but now you have Jara.
now we have
Jara.
I can do a full LD5 draft as well.
Look, I just really hope you pull a Narsha because that would be nuts with Jameer.
dude,
Tableau.
Narsha's so good.
Yeah, Narsha's,
Oh god,
Narsha's
Yep.
ridiculous.
she's
Trip
so
defense speak for
good.
yourself.
So ridiculous.
What does she awaken into? Accuracy?
Narsha? Ooh, I have no clue actually.
I really hope it's
Murder.
crit, because if it's not crit, it's gonna be really painful.
Nah, I want to know.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but Narsha's a unit you would re-up your slot to
Accuracy,
get
which
30
is
crit
not
rate
bad
on.
for
Yeah, it's accuracy.
Mhm.
It's good, but you want the crit rate there more because she's a light and dark unit.
I mean, if
Mhm.
you just run her like a Masha and just have her on high crit, she doesn't have
I'm
to be
saying you would
slow.
want 100 crit. My Masha's 96, 97.
Yeah, that's nice. My Masha's like 75.
That's painful.
She still does work though. She's still
She's
really
97
fucking
crit. She's 97 crit.
good. That's nice.
I still want a Masha. Give me a Masha, please.
Masha's so much fun, man.
I would love a Masha. Really, really want one.
Masha's so much fun.
I'm just glaring
pretty
and Chung Pung. That's
I'm actually curious. What is one monster non-LD that would make you guys change your drafts around it if you get it tomorrow?
Ganny.
Your
Ganny.
draft around
Ganny.
it? Oh, Ganny's a good one, yeah.
Ganny's very good.
Karma.
I don't even know if
Ganny?
you need to change your draft. You can just slot Ganny into your draft. pretty
Ganny,
well.
it's just Ganny in every
Yeah.
draft. It's Ganny in every draft.
Ganny
The
is
friggin'
Ganny's pretty
unit.
busted.
God.
I just want counter picks, so like Juno. Still
Yeah.
waiting for a fucking Juno.
I
Like the
feel
only-
bad. Anybody who doesn't have a Juno, that's tough, man. There's
Yeah,
so
not
many
having a
times
Juno
where
is tough
Juno
right
is
now.
just like, it's pristine for draft.
Juno was
Yeah,
my
it's
first Nat 5.
Ooh,
Ooh.
very
Had to have
nice.
been weird the first couple years.
Yeah, she just kind of sat there, and I was like, she's cool. I'm never gonna use her, but she's cool.
Cool.
What was and I have to change my draft around it?
Well, like something you'd want to mess around with, something that would make you excited.
Cardinal.
I don't think there's a single unit in the game that I would like regular element wise that I would change my draft around, because I have all the I have all the staple units for that. Like maybe Nana would be the only one, I think.
Nana is just kind of a slot in though.
Because if I build Nana, I would build really aggressive comps, like aggressive Beast
Yeah.
Fighter comps.
unless you make
but,
so
like,
much good shit, man.
Everything else, not really. Like the only unit I really need is a Rika.
Reek is nice.
I don't
But
have
again,
a Rika, Helena, or Belinus, so having one of them would solve a lot of problems for me.
Oh yeah, you still don't have Helena or
I still
Belinus?
don't have any of that. I don't have that fire counter, the last big fire
Break
counter.
my heart, Tyler.
I
know,
just
it's a struggle.
I just
Why do you think I built Rakan, dude? Like I had nothing else. It was
How's
like,
Rakan?
oh, this guy has Diana
Wanted
Sierra.
to
Let me
promote
just
something.
make
Wait,
Rakan.
hold on though. How's Rakan faring with you?
My Rakan has only lost one match ever.
I really
Yeah,
like the
that's
Rakan.
That's crazy.
I'm close to building mine. I think he's gonna be better
Rakan
than
into Sierra Diana have only lost one match. And
Yeah,
the only
that's
reason I lost the match
high
is
value.
because the guy's Diana transformed, killed, like hit me, procced, and then
Done.
went back and stunned me. And I was like, okay, dude.
like
I didn't lose the match because it was the wrong pick. I lost the match because I got really heavily RNG'd. But
It's underrated. I
I
think
think
I'm
right
gonna
now,
fix
right
that
now you just build Tasari and Elsharian. You don't need Rakan.
What about you, Fires?
Rakan irrelevant now.
There's nothing from
Needs a Juno.
regular elements that would change my draft. I just want
Interesting.
counter picks like Juno.
Yep.
And what's the other one? There's something in water. I don't remember who it is anymore. Nana, I guess I wouldn't mind having a Nana with Nyx.
A Miles would be really nice. I could play really well with a Miles. I have really fast
Miles
shield
seems
sets, so a
fun.
I
violent
don't.
shield set Miles
How are
would
you
be
guys
nuts.
using Miles? I have a Miles. I don't know how
You take a protective
how people
Miles
use it.
Speed, attack,
net-
accuracy, violent shield.
and then take Nessa Triana res and just have Miles do 10k per hit.
Does he really do 10k per hit? Because I don't feel like he was
Yes.
doing 10k per hit.
Yep.
Well, mine's not skilled though. Is another thing.
Doesn't
Oh,
really
I
matter.
wanted John.
He
as
does a
well.
lot of damage.
There's a lot of fucking damage.
Oh yeah,
He
how's
does a lot of
John,
damage.
Tyler?
John
Oh,
is
yeah.
fucking nuts.
John, fire
John is
fire
nuts.
John.
John is
No.
nuts. John is
Like-
so good.
Is he actually?
Yes, he has cooldown reset on skill too.
Yeah,
you
but
can
he
use that
keeps
into
missing-
use that into any element. It's because it doesn't
Yeah.
glance. Cooldown reset doesn't glance. It's nuts.
I have Bulwark finally, Chuckles.
It's
I don't-
actually nuts.
I find that he was missing. Like for everybody using him, he was either missing way too many bombs or the bomb stuns were not activating at all.
I mean, most people run him like 60 accuracy, so you're trying to
Oh,
run
then
him
you
high
deserve
resist
it.
units.
Never
Like
mind.
I run mine at 70, I think.
Mm.
It's like I accept the coin flip. The damage is
Accuracy.
really good though. Like I only run my John is like over 30k HP, plus 1000 defense, plus 1.4k attack, 29% bomb damage. I'm pretty sure the bombs hit for like 16k on first turn. Like it's a lot of damage.
That's
That's
juicy.
nice.
And he has turn rotation. Like skill 1 gives attack bar, skill 2 gives
Yeah.
attack bar.
It's an absorb, right?
It's an absorb on both.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's really good.
John,
Does
is it good
accuracy affect bomb stuns, or is that just a
Yes.
set?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why Sion doesn't stun very often against high resist units because most people run him 35 accuracy. The skill gives you 50, but the bomb stun chance is still 35.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is why if your Sierra has like 50% accuracy and she bomb lands on you and then she bomb stuns you, she won 2 coin flips on your Lulu.
Interesting. I'm learning so much.
That's
I'm
why I
sure
don't mind running resist on certain fire units because it's like Sierra bomb and stun is the only way she stops me, right? So she has to coin flip twice if I'm on 100 resist because most people aren't running over 70.
Yep. I don't for fucking sure.
And neither do I. Well, I do now. I do now.
She just needs so much.
Good unit.
It's a really good
Very
unit.
good
Tough
unit.
ruin, though.
What else is good right now? That's a little weird and out there. Dude, I can't. I picked Fuki in a match and then I unruined him the next match. I was like, this thing fucking sucks in
Dude,
RTA.
I
think it's
still
so
refuse
bad.
to unruin it. I still
What
refuse to unruin it. I don't want to
Dude,
lose Fuki, man.
Fuki is so ass in RTA. Like in Siege, he's still okay. But in RTA, he just doesn't do enough anymore. He doesn't do enough damage. Even with defense break, he doesn't do
I
enough
refuse
damage.
to.
I agree with that.
I haven't drafted him since the nerf. I have him ruined up, but haven't
My
drafted him.
Fuki has good runes and good artifacts. Like I have plus 40% attack, defense, and speed, lost proportional to lost HP. He was at like 20% HP with I have 31k HP plus 1.1k attack, and he hit this Mo Long and he like hit him for like 5k. I was like, he barely tickles anymore, dude. Like
Can
I
you?
don't know
well,
what to do.
You can't see that at all.
It's just
Not
not
really.
focusing.
No, that's horrid. Never mind. No,
It's
my
just- it's so
my
sad.
Fuki, 31,000 HP plus, obviously, plus 1k attack, plus 700 defense, plus 128 speed, and my
We have like the same stats,
right.
almost exactly.
I refuse to unruin it. All right, I don't want to fucking lose
It's
my Fuki.
actually so bad.
No.
I don't believe
Look,
it.
I'm gonna hit you with your own advice, okay?
What's
Why would you pick Fuki when you can pick Charlotte?
Because I already have Charlotte in the draft. I need to.
Pick your Chung Pung. You have a Chung- I know you have a Chung Pung.
I fucking hate Chung Pung too now.
Love
But
myself.
I usually have
Diana,
all
it's
three.
better. Diana's way better.
I hate using Diana. I
Get good.
don't hate the unit, but I hate using it. Even though she works overtime when I do draft her, even though it's rare.
So
But
Just use Jamire. Jamire does big damage.
you know what? There we go. I'll use Jamai. Fuck. I refuse to give up on Fuki. That's my thing. He was like when they all first came, I'm like Fuki's gonna be the best one. He ended up being the best one. Then they nerfed him to the ground and upset me.
Nerfed him so hard. Fuki got the worst of it. Ongyoki is still nuts. He doesn't guarantee
really is.
one shot your team, but
still
he still
really
does
good.
a lot of damage.
Angyoki is
He
just
does a
super
lot of
nutty.
damage.
I still draft
It's
a lot
hard-
of
it's hard to
Kaki.
pick
Kaki is
that.
still great.
Hockey's still solid.
Cocky.
Yep.
Really?
love
Kaki's not
Kaki.
bad. He definitely deals less, but he's still
Mhm.
not bad. He's still not bad at all.
If you can get an
Still
early
e-
death break,
And I'm still using him in TOA Rush, so not
I'm curious
Well,
RTA.
his,
Yeah,
his
that
skill
works.
2 didn't change for TOA Rush. so
I
that-
know,
that
but
doesn't
you,
make
I
sense.
mean, true.
I might be able to. I don't know if I can't decide if I want to use a Kaki for TOA Rush. I haven't
You
decided yet.
should.
don't do it.
Use
Trick Lawyer
Fuki.
all the way.
I don't. I have to damage test it. I damage test it.
Don't have that much
You got
time.
time.
sir.
Different runes. Different runes.
Yeah, a lot of
4
time.
hours.
You
I
have
got
5
3.5
hours.
hours. I got 5 hours. We're fine.
Yeah, it's like
Fine.
4:45.
It'll only take me
No.
like maybe an hour to get
4:45.
all ruined.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. 4:45 hours.
The
Hours.
question is how badly am I gonna fuck up my R5 team to make this happen?
Do it.
Take
It'll be
screenshots
worth.
of everything. It'll be fun.
It'll be
That's
worth.
what I did.
Did anyone play with
Only-
Windmage?
She's
I don't have
bad.
one. She's
I
terrible.
don't have one.
No, really?
She's terrible. She's terrible.
Aw, it's a
I
shame.
watched her on Jugg stream yesterday. She just did nothing.
She does nothing. She does absolutely nothing.
You're
She's still
kidding me.
trash. No, she's still absolutely bad because even though she gets the defense stacks, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, no, abs try. I watched that stream too, and it was painful.
What
And
kind of
then-
stats were on it? The plus stats.
No, it wasn't mine. Like, I didn't even use her. I fought one, and I'm like, it's still gonna die to everything that is strong right now in the meta, like CP or Oki or Carnal or turn 1 stuff, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's still gonna die. And then most turns 2 stuff are just way too bruisery, so it takes too long for her to stack up. So either way, she's gonna die before she starts actually being relevant.
So
she's still pretty
what
bad.
they first said like when they first released that patch saying up to 300%, then they what's the word? They adjusted it so that's like a maximum 100% per rotation or something. I don't know how it was worded. If they took that part out, would she be better? Like if she can go 300% within 2 rotations, would that be better for her?
No,
Probably,
because
but
she still gets fully controlled.
yeah, that's it.
She still
thought
dies to
everything- a
glancing,
lot
to
of shit dies
attack
to
break,
control,
to
though.
control. She still dies to everything that's in the meta.
Yeah, basically
know
turn
you-
1 control still shits on her.
I just thought if she can gain enough stacks quickly, that's what would
Trumpan's
make
good
her.
against her. Carnal's good against her. Okeana's good against her. Sekmon's
Yeah.
good against her.
Well, that's
Diana,
the curse
Sierra,
of being a wind
Juno.
unit too.
Like essentially, she would have had to have like a full bodyguard team in order to survive long enough for her to start being relevant.
At 30 stacks, she
Sounds
hit
like
for
Christina.
2K.
She
Yeah.
smiles.
What?
She's pretty bad. Still,
So that was fully Devilmond?
Yeah, is that fully? I'm sure Abs had it fully skilled.
Okay.
He knows better.
That's how I feel when I fully Devilmond you and Oliva. So,
When I fully Devilmon Louise, I was so depressed.
yeah.
I was like, at least I'll use her on siege offense, and then I've actually never used her on siege offense.
Oh, that's
Oh
sad.
no.
So why would I
You
use
pulled
Louise
it.
when I can just use Malite?
You
Malite's
doubled
just
it when you
better.
pulled it. That's hard.
I'm sorry, Absy.
I saw the GU buff and I'm like, I'm gonna be a pioneer.
No, dude, no.
It was so
Let
bad.
somebody else bite the foot.
The stacking
Oliver, I
attack is
told you
probably
Oliver
stacking
was
on
gonna
your
be
on her
bad.
base attack. That's probably what the stacking is, which is why it's
Is
not
it
that
not
strong.
pronounced Gyao?
Jiu, Gao? I don't know.
I always pronounce it
I would say
Gyo.
Gio.
Gyo
That's
is
a
how you...
Gio.
Call it
Yeah.
G.
Hold on. It's spelled.
Well, they're all
like
Japanese,
this.
so I'm pronouncing it like you would
Yeah.
Japanese.
That's how you pronounce it in Japanese. Is
Gyo.
Gyo.
Alright. So it's spelled out like this. Okay, there. That's how you spell Geo.
Where'd you put it?
It's on stream.
Oh, we
Trash.
Oh, I'm like,
Trash.
Also true. All right.
All right.
You
Last
know-
comments before it's time to go, friends. Last comments. Everyone got one. You guys go ahead.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
first.
Elsie wants to go first. Go ahead.
Who is stacking up on Fire Imp Champions this weekend from the secret dungeon for the Bird fusions for that fusion?
I'm actually going to build 4 more Verds for Siege, so
Trash.
yes.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna bring back my DB12 team that I used Fire Imps. You guys remember that?
That was
Do
amazing.
you remember the days when Verds used to like rotate with each other's passives?
Those
You
old,
could
good
have
old days.
2 Verds was sick.
I think that was way too long ago.
That was a
was-
long
that was
time
a
ago.
very long time
Long
ago.
time.
That was a really long time ago.
Jeez.
For last comments,
Yeah, last comments.
Buff Celia, thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, fair.
My last comment is anyone who is sending off a CP, a Chung Pong, please send it my direction.
No.
Please bless it. Please bless it immediately and send it my way.
But you have Charlotte.
Also,
But Charlotte.
But you have
You
Charlotte.
guys are literally going to kill Surin, or she's going to kill you. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not a part of this. Okay, I'm not
I
a
have
part of this.
Charlotte OP.
lasers. Curse people. I don't know what I need to do to get CP at this point. Make a shrine. I don't know. But yes.
You gotta be
That
like
is mine.
Helga and Hey Arnold. You have a shrine in your closet dedicated to him.
The Helga reference gets me.
That's literally all you gotta do.
I'm probably gonna unrune
Last-
Fuki now. It's just-
No.
so
Yeah,
don't
I
do it.
would too.
Maybe
I would
so.
also
Might
unroot Fuki.
I'm gonna
No.
unrune Fuki.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
That's not a good
I'm sorry to
call.
have to break the news to you, but I'll tell you right now, Fuki sucks.
He's pretty bad.
Fuki sucks.
He's pretty bad.
You can maybe find his. You could put his runes on Suiki if you wanted, but you might want Will. That would be the only
He's
thing.
worse than Fuki. What are you
No,
talking about?
Suiki is very good right now.
No.
Depending on what you pick it into.
No.
Hey Zig, what's going on? Guess what?
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Guess what, Zig?
I pulled an
Oh,
Odin.
no.
Hey,
Hey,
Odin!
Odin!
Yeah.
I'm
the
finally
league league.
leaving. I'm finally leaving the club, Zig. So I think you're left there all alone now. I'm sorry, dude. I think he's gonna be pretty upset about this, though.
He's
He's gonna be
find
pretty
out.
upset. He's the only one left. He probably left the stream already.
He's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm out.
Last man standing. Oh, he actually believes me. I was kidding. I didn't pull shit. You think I pull shit? Come on, Zig. You know me. We get fucked over a lot. No, Fadas is an asshole though. You can talk to him about that later.
No.
Yeah,
Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. It was great to have you guys here for the New York podcast. I am looking forward to the next time we all get to hang out again. It'll be good. We'll get those
Same.
sick shirt made. We'll get those sick
Yes,
shirts made.
please.
It'll happen.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Um,
actually can't wait.
Other than that, not too much else, guys. I will have a New York video up soon, hopefully this weekend, for you guys to check out on my YouTube channel. This podcast will be up on YouTube shortly, probably within about a day. Other than that, I have one last, two. You know, this is our platform, Stoic. I feel like we're allowed to shout ourselves out for things like this. My hair color contest ends in 2 weeks, and if anyone wants to watch Fire Force, we're watching it in my Discord literally right after this, which is why I have to go.
Nice.
So we're doing bi-weekly anime night in Discord now because we were just a goal for it. So we're just watching 4 episodes of Fire Force every 2 weeks. So I know
gonna do
LC's
that
gonna
again.
be there.
That's how you-
LC's gonna be there and join. But yeah, if you guys have anything else,
If anybody has anything they
can
want to
bring it
shout out, to
back.
be honest, anybody's always free to shout out here.
yeah.
I'll shout out.
Also,
Here we go.
check out Stoic and I on SWC EU at fucking God knows what time in the morning.
I'll be starting up a new YouTube channel soon, and it's going to be a woodsmithing series where I build
Oh, I
more
will
video
fuck you
game
right now.
weapons.
I want to see that
Oh.
Ashbringer.
I'm gonna do my Laura cosplay for Halloween, so I know it's a couple weeks out, but that's the plan for it now. And
Nice.
maybe we'll be doing the summons. I don't know when to do my birthday summons because the new units
Don't
are
do them
coming out, so
tomorrow.
I'm
Wait till the new units come out.
Yeah, wait till
I'm
the
pausing.
news
I'm
come out.
pausing. I'm
No,
pausing.
do it
I just
before.
don't.
Oh, also,
No.
all of us will be racing
Do it
TOA on our
legally.
streams tonight. So if you guys want
Yes.
to watch TOA race, you can load up all of our streams. I'm taking back rank number 2.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
gonna
bold
message
claim.
Blue.
I'm confident I will beat both of you. I'm
That is a
confident.
bold. That is a very
Big
bold
Daddy
claim.
Blue is gonna get
Bold
you.
claim. Bold claim. Bold claim.
Oh, I'll be on the Come to a stream tomorrow with Evan doing 2v2.
2v2s. Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh.
I had it on my phone. I was like, I gotta remember to mention LC's doing 2v2s. Please.
That's gonna be so fun. We were even messing around at New York, and God, Lydia's so good, man.
Very good, actually.
Lydia's
Go
very
ahead.
fun.
Did
If you
you
ever need
rerun
electrical-
Evan's Lydia?
Let
I
me
did.
know.
I am working on electrical right now. I'm trying to fix my kitchen.
Like, okay, send me pictures.
Sure.
Oh, dude, that looks so good.
I don't know what I'll do, but just
Oh,
or video call me. I'll tell you what to do.
Sounds good.
All right, don't forget to send me a picture of all you guys for the thumbnail, like usual.
yes.
No problem.
Okay.
And if you don't, I'm putting some embarrassing picture I have of you in New York.
I'm going to send you a very embarrassing photo of me.
Use my junior high one.
Tell you right now, you don't send me the picture, you're getting an embarrassing New York photo.
You,
I
do
might
you even
not
have
send
to
you one.
be
See what you
from New
figure
York?
out.
Gonna happen.
Oh god, I wonder what he's gonna find if he has anything just
All right.
laying around.
Thanks for joining us, guys. I will see
No
everybody
problem.
soon. I need to go host anime night.
No problem.
Good luck
Very
on
good.
Rush, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.